Okay, so this video I'm doing the SBP paper. So this is the SBP for maths. Okay, for maths, but it's paper 2. So it will be a very long video because all the videos I made previously is all paper 1. For maths lah. For maths it's all paper 1. I've never made paper 2 videos in my channel before. I've made like a few, but it's not full, it's not complete. Like I remember in trial 2021, I made like 2 paper 2 videos, but it's not complete. I only did the section A, okay, or maybe the section B, like that only. I never finished the whole thing. So I will try to do, because many people request, like I saw a few people in the comment requesting me to do paper 2, so I will do a paper 2 video, and it's complete one. I will finish all of it. So paper 2, there's section A, all have to answer. Section B also all have to answer, but section C got 2 questions, but I will only choose one to do, right? I only need to choose one, and it's worth 15 marks. But I will do all of it. Just like how I said it, it will be a complete. So this video will be very long. I predict it will be like 3 hours lah, the length of the video. Okay, so let's start. So I choose this lah. I choose the SBP trial to do. Okay, so let's start with question 1. Okay, let's read. Zuhaira has prepared 112 cans of drinks for her classmates on her birthday party. So this is the total, right? And 1/8 of the drinks are strawberry, 1/4 are sassy flavored, and the rest are lychee flavored. So there's 3 types, right? So I think it's better I explain using the table, okay? But you can use 3 diagram also, it's up to you, okay? I think I will use table to explain this, all right? And here what I will write, I'll write number, here I'll write probability, and here we have what is it just now? Strawberry, sassy, lychee. So strawberry, and then sarsi, and then another one is lychee, right? And this I will write total. Okay. And then now I will fill in all of it. So the 112 is the total number of cans of drink. So number, right? So this is 112. And then 1/8 of is strawberry. So I think that 1/8 is the probability. So I think I'll write down here. Okay, not up here, up here. And then 1/4 are sausage, so that is the probability of sausage flavored. And then the rest are lychee. So I don't know this one. I don't know. And then they say calculate the number of can of drink lychee. Means this is the one they want, right? Calculate the number of can of drink lychee flavored in base 3. So this is the one I want, right? So first thing first, we know total probability must be 1, right? So we can actually find the probability of lychee. So the probability of lychee, I will take 1 minus 1/8 minus 1/4, because total probability is always 1. Since we already know the strawberry and sassy, I just take 1 minus them and see what I get. So let me press my calculator. 1 minus 1/8 minus 1/4. Okay, I got 5/8. But this is not the answer yet, because this is just the probability for lychee. I want the number of can of lychee drink. So how can I get these numbers? Okay, first of all, how to get the number of strawberry? You can just take the probability 1/8 times with the total 112. Okay, I repeat again, how to get this value? Take 118 times 112. Now I ask you again, how to get this value? I'll take 1/4 times 112, then I will get the number of sassy. But I don't want this, I want this. So how to get this? 5/8 times 112. So the number of lychee will be 5/8, which is the probability of lychee, times with 112, and then you get the answer, right? So let's press, what's 112 times 5/8? Okay, let me press. Okay, 70. But this is in base 10. But if you look carefully, they say calculate number in base 3. So I think the last step is changing this base 10 value to base 3. And how to do that? Well, you divide by 3 and then write the remainder beside, right? You remember, right? When you're changing a base 10 number to a smaller base, you have to divide. So 3. So 3 times 2 is 6, balance 10. 3 times 3 is 9, remainder 1. 3 times 7, 21, remainder 2. 3 times 2, 6, remainder 1. 3 times 0 is 0, but they want 2, so remainder 2. And baca from bawah ke atas, 2121. So the answer is 2121, and write the base there. So that's how you do it, right? So the answer is 2121, base 3. Let's continue with the next question. Okay, number 2, this is insurance. Okay, this is in insurance. Okay, let me just make it bigger a bit. Okay, I think this is a good size. All right, number 2, let's just skip the English one. Number 2, Encik Fikri wants to buy fire insurance. Okay, fire insurance and property insurance is the same thing. Okay, fire insurance It means property insurance lah. And then they say the insurance company stipulates that the insurable value is 600,000. So what is 600,000? The insurable value. Okay, don't worry, I'll explain what that means. And then they say with a co-insurance 70%. So this is the co-insurance percentage. And then of the insurable value of this property and a deductible of 10,000. So far we have three values here. The first is for the insurable value 600,000, and then the 70% is the co-insurance percentage, and then the 10,000 is the deductible. And then they say Encik Fikri insures his house for less than the amount of required insurance. This is important. This is super important because he insured less than the amount of required insurance. Okay, means that he never insured at the amount that he should be paying. It means he insured less than it. And then they kata his house caught on fire and this is the loss, right? And then they say if Encik Fikri has received compensation of this, calculate the amount of insurance that has been purchased. Let me tell you why students think it's hard. Let me tell you why student thinks insurance is susah. It's because they never how to say, they never differentiate the soalan. How to say, they never bezakan the soalan. If you learn how to bezakan the type of question, you can do it. Okay, let's just forget about this question. I will take you somewhere else. Okay, let's look at this picture here. So this picture is taken from your textbook, and it's in page 87. So you can refer to your textbook page 87. Okay, but you don't have to do it now because you just look at the screen and listen to me. All right, this one no need to read. Okay, just look at the yellow box. Can you see that it says jumlah insurance yang harus dibeli equals to peratus co-insurance darat nilai boleh insurance harta. So what is jumlah insurance yang harus dibeli? Harus dibeli means the required insurance. The required. Okay, harus dibeli means required. And then peratusan co-insurance is the co-insurance percentage. Nilai boleh insurance harta is the insurable value. The insurable value. It means every time we do fire insurance ataupun property insurance, the first step is to get the jumlah insurance yang harus dibeli first. It means to get the required insurance. And what is the formula? Take the core insurance percentage times with the insurable value. And then after we do this, then only we check whether it's case 1, case 2 or case 3. Case 1 is when the nilai yang diinsurancekan means the insured value. The insured value is match with the jumlah insurance harus dibeli, which is, I told you already, is the required insurance, right? So if your insured value, it means the value you purchase is match with the insurance yang you kena bayar, yang harus dibeli, yang required, then your bayaran pampasan will be the loss minus deductible. Kerugian means loss. Pampasan means the compensation money or the claim. So, but that is if it's case 1 lah. But if it's case 2 is what? When your insured value, nilai yang diinsurancekan is insured value less than the required insurance. This is harus dibeli means required. So when your insured value is less than it, then you have to use this formula. Jumlah insurance yang telah dibeli, the purchase one, over the jumlah insurance yang harus dibeli times with the jumlah kerugian minus deductible. And I want you to link these two together. Imagine in case 1, if your insured value is same with the required insurance, your formula is just the loss minus deductible, right? But look carefully at the case 2. If your insured value is less than the required insurance, then you have to take the amount yang you purchase, bahagi dengan the amount yang you harus beli, then only you times with kerugian minus deductible. But imagine if it's case 1. Imagine if this value and this value match. It means the jumlah insurance yang telah dibeli sama dengan jumlah insurance yang telah dibeli. Isn't this can cut if they are the same value? Because if this, let's say it's 5,000 lah. Let's say jumlah insurance telah dibeli is 5,000 and jumlah yang harus dibeli also 5,000. What will happen is they will cancel out each other. So we just left with this as my formula. That is why in case 1, the formula is just jumlah kerugian minus deductible, which is exactly same as this. You know, but in case 2 is if you beli tak ikut the, how to say, you never buy at the required value. You buy less than it. Can you see the symbol less than it? It means the jumlah harus dibeli is less than it, right? Then you have to use this formula, okay? And case 3 is when you mengalami kerugian menyeluruh ataupun I call it total loss, okay? The total loss, you suffer total loss. Then the formula is like this: the amount of insurance purchased minus the deductible. Okay, jumlah insurance telah dibeli means the purchased one lah, right? So after we understand this, type 1, type 2, case 1, case 2, case 3, now then only we can stand a chance to answer this question. Because without understanding the concept, it's very hard for you to do. Remember just now I highlight the word Fikri insures his house for less than the amount of required insurance. It means the insured value is less than the required insurance. It means case 1, case 2, or case 3. It's case 2. It's case 2. So what is case 2 then? You have to, if you want to find the compensation money, you have to use this formula. Jumlah insurans telah dibeli ataupun the purchase amount that he purchased bahagi dengan the required insurance times with loss minus deductible. But I mentioned already, before going case 1, case 2, case 3, you need to use this formula first, the yellow box one, because the yellow box will tell you the jumlah insurance yang harus dibeli. Means this one. Okay, because if you don't have this, if you don't have insurance yang harus dibeli, you cannot use this formula, you cannot use this formula, you cannot use this formula, because how else would you know whether it's because if you look at this formula, you need the harus dibeli. If you look at this formula, you need the harus dibeli also. And in case 1, if you don't find it, you don't know whether the insured value is same or not, right? Okay, I hope you understand that. It means you have to use the yellow box formula first lah. Okay, so let's read again. From the beginning. Encik Fikri wants to buy property insurance for his house. The insurance company stipulates that the insurable value is 600,000. So the 600,000 is the insurable value. 600,000. So the 600,000 is insurable value. I will times with the co-insurance 70%, which is 0.7. Because I want to get the amount of required insurance. Amount of required insurance. Or in Bahasa Melayu, jumlah yang harus dibeli. Okay. Maybe you ask me why I take these two value times. I tell you already just now. You see the blue box one. Jumlah insurance yang harus dibeli is the take the peratusan co-insurance percentage times with the nilai boleh ataupun the insurable value. So that is why I take these two value times together to see the amount of required insurance. Let's press 600,000 times 0.7. Okay, I got 420,000. So this is not the answer. This is just the amount of required insurance. Means jumlah yang harus dibeli. But the problem is, there is a deductible 10,000, but we will leave that first. Encik Fikri insures his house for less than amount of required insurance. It means this is the jumlah yang harus dibeli, but he never purchased this value. He purchased less than this. That is why it's case 2. And then they say his house caught on the fire and it resulting in a loss of 250,000. And then they say if Encik Fikri has received a compensation of 200,000, calculate the amount that he has been purchased. So if you look at case 2, the formula is what? The formula to find the compensation is you take the jumlah insurance yang telah dibeli, but in this soalan they want us to find, right? So this will be X lah. I don't know, X. And then over harus dibeli, I find it already, times with the loss minus deductible equals to the bayaran pampasan. So what I will do is I will come back here and then I will write down the formula. Okay. So what is the formula again? The formula for compensation, to get the compensation, is jumlah insurance yang harus dibeli, or you can say the purchased, the amount purchased. I'll just write short form. Purchased bahagi dengan required times with loss minus deductible. Okay, minus deductible. This is the formula that I want to use. So they already say that the required one is 420,000, but Fikri insured his house for less than it. So the purchase, it will be X, because it will be unknown lah. I don't know the purchase how much. That is why they say calculate the amount of insurance that has been purchased. It means you nak cari yang ni. But what I can tell you for sure is this value will be less than 420,000. That's for sure. Okay, because he insured less than, he purchased less than this amount. Times with loss, and the loss they mentioned just now 250,000, and then minus with deductible, which is 10,000. Okay, is given in the soalan. And to find X, I need the compensation. That's why they give us this 200,000. Okay, that's the compensation, right? Receive compensation claim. So now I just have to pindah to find X, right? So how will I pindah first? The first thing is I will pindah the minus 10,000 the outside. So minus 10,000 become plus 10,000. Let's press 200,000 plus 10,000. I got 2100,4 zeros. Then here it will be left with X over 420,000 minus 250,000. But wait, I can cut, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then cut here, just left with 25 divided 42. So why not we just write 42 and then 25, because I cut already. So now how to find X? Well, I will just take 210000 times 25. When I move there, it becomes divide 25, right? And then the divide 42 move there, become times 42. So now I will press this, then I will get my x, right? So let's press answer times 42 divide 25. So 352800. 352800. So this is the answer. But let's write nicely for them. They want to find amount of insurance purchase, right? So we will write amount of insurance purchase equals to, write RM, RM how much? RM 352800. Make sure you hafal all the three cases that I show you just now, because if you hafal, then only you can do the fire insurance, yes, right? Okay, let's go to question 3. Diagram 1 shows a graph of quadratic function. Okay, this is the quadratic. So y equals to ax squared plus 15x plus c. And then they say determine the value of a and c. So we all know a is this and then c is this. Walaupun I don't know the value of a, but I can tell you for sure the a must be bigger than 0 because this is a U-shaped curve. It's a parabola with a minimum point. So a must be a positive value. It must be bigger than 0, but I don't know how much. Then what about the c? Well, the c will tell you the y-intercept. But if you look carefully, dari graph, boleh tak nampak y-intercept? The answer is yes. The y-intercept is negative 72. So I know my c value already. It's ax squared plus 15x plus c, and I know my c is negative 72. Now I just need to get my a because the soalan asked for a and c, right? But how to get the a? Well, if you look carefully at the equation, if you want to get a, you just need to have x and y. And for the xy, you can just gantikan any point yang ada passes through. For example, 30 ada passes through, negative 80 ada passes through, and then 0, negative 72 also passes through. But I don't recommend using this point because if you use this point to ganti, what will happen is when you will ganti the x with 0, and then 0 square is 0, and then 0 times a is 0. It means if you ganti with this point, the a will disappear. So don't ganti with this point. You can ganti with this and this. Anyone also can because both got passes through. That's why you can do like that. So I will write passes through 30. And then I will ganti x3, y0. So it will be 0 equals to a bracket square plus 15x minus 72. X is 3, x is 3. Kenapa boleh buat macam tu? Why I can do like that? Because got passes through. If got passes through, can ganti like that. 3 square is 9, so 9a. 15 times 3 minus 72, press in the calculator. So I get negative 27. And then negative 27 move to the other side, become 37. So a is 3. So let's write again nicely for them. A equals to 3, c equals to negative 72. Because the answer, the soalan asks for value of a and c, right? So you should write in this format for them. Okay, so that's all, right? Okay, number 4. This is a trigonometric question. Diagram 2 shows a combined side view of two right prism, KLP and PMN. So we have KLP, MNP. So there's two triangles with a different size. And then they say the length of MN and KL are 14 and 17. It means MN is 14. Let's label MN is 14. Okay, the hypotenuse lah. And then the KL is 17. So KL here is 17. The hypotenuse of the other triangle is 17. And then they say the length of LP is 2 cm more than the length of MP. Apa maksud? LP is 2 cm more than the length of MP. So if this, so I think I will draw my own way because these two lines, they how to say? There's two right angle triangles here. So I will separate them. So the first triangle looks like this. This is LPK 17, 90 degree. And what about the other triangle? The other triangle is here, right? It's M and P. And then this is 14, 90 degree. But then they say LP is 2 cm more than MP. So LP is this one, MP is this one. So let's jadikan this one X, and this will be X plus 2. Why is it like that? Because they say LP is 2 cm more than MP. All right, that is why it's like that. Okay, maybe some student will ask me this. What if I don't write X plus 2 and X? I write X here, and then here I write X minus 2. Can also. Okay, is correct also. Okay, correct also. Okay, so I will write like this. And then they say given sine MNQ is 3 over 7. We all know sine formula is opposite over hypotenuse. It means the opposite is 3. Ataupun the opposite punya ratio is 3. The hypotenuse punya ratio is 7. So MNQ, which triangle I will look at? M and Q, where is it? Oh, Q is at here. Okay. So the angle is not here. Is the sebelah. So it's here, it's here. So this is the angle they're talking about. So sine MNQ, which is this angle, is 3/7. But the opposite is 3, the hypotenuse is 7. But if you look carefully, the angle is not even inside the right angle triangle. So we cannot just take out the depan sudut opposite. Cannot like that, because you have to, the angle is not inside the right angle triangle. So what I have to do is, if you look carefully, this angle is not a acute, acute angle. It's an obtuse angle. Because if you look carefully, it's already more than 90 already, right? So if it's more than 90, then it's a quadrant 2 punya angle. And if it's quadrant 2 punya angle, we can convert to quadrant 1 by taking 180 minus theta, because that's how you find the reference angle, right? You take, if it's quadrant 2, you take 180 minus theta, which is here, right? And then let's call this x lah, okay? So it means I can use, okay, don't call it x lah, because just now got x already. Let's call it y lah, okay? So what I can do is I can write sine 3/7, and then the opposite of y, this is 3, and then the hypotenuse, which is opposite of 90 degrees, this is 7, okay? And then if you look carefully, this ratio 7, but then they write 14 cm, right? It means ratio nak convert jadi length, saya kena darab 2. Okay, 7, because 7 is the ratio, 14 is the actual length. So 7 times 2 is 14. So what is the panjang MP then? It will be 3 times 2, which is 6 lah. It means x is equals to 6 here, right? It means this is 6. So now can I find the panjang here? The answer is yes. You can use Pythagoras theorem, right? Just take 14 square minus 6 square and then square root it. But is that what they want? Let's see. Calculate the value of tangent JKL. So if they want JKL, it's here. And again, it's not inside the right angle triangle. It's also a obtuse angle, which means it's not a quadrant 1, it's quadrant 2. So how to find the reference angle for quadrant 2? 180 minus theta. And if you take 180 minus this, it will be exactly this, which is here. Huh? So what I have to do is I want to find tangent here. So the formula will be opposite over adjacent. Huh? But the opposite, I already know it. Because we know x is 6 already just now. So it means 6 plus 2 will be 8. So the opposite will be 8. But the adjacent, I don't know. It means now my job is to find the adjacent. So how to find the adjacent? Use Pythagoras theorem. Kp equals to square root 17 square minus 8 square. So bracket square minus bracket square. This is 17, this is 8. It means I don't have to find this lah. I don't need that. For this question, I don't need that. So let's press 17 square minus 8 square. Okay, I got 225. And then square root it, I will get 15. So rupa-rupanya Kp is 15 cm. So if Kp is 15 cm, now I can finally find the tangent for JKL. So tangent angle JKL is equals to, but don't forget JKL is actually a quadrant 2 angle. I'm just using the reference angle, which is the other side. So the opposite will be 8, and then the adjacent is 15. So 8 over 15. But don't forget, this is not tangent JKL. This 8 over 15 is tangent JKL punya reference angle. So the real angle is not a acute angle, it's an obtuse angle, it's a quadrant 2 punya angle. And in quadrant 2, only sign positive. That's why you have to add a negative like this. Okay, then that's the answer. All right. And what I want to check one thing for you is, if I never do this, can I do this? Cannot, right? Because you need the x equals to 6, then only you know the opposite is 8. All right. So this is also part of the working. This is also part of the working. Okay, so hope you understand. And let me explain a bit also why this one, they say sine MNQ is 3/7, right? Why is it positive? Why is it not negative? Because MNQ, walaupun is a second quadrant, but it's sine. So even though the angle is an obtuse angle, more than 90, that's why it's still positive, because in second quadrant memang sine positive, right? So, macam tu lah. Okay, so remember how to convert second quadrant to first quadrant. Okay. All right, let's go. Number 5. Diagram 3, the answer space shows a quadrilateral. Okay, we can see it with PQ equals PS. So I think I should label PQ equals PS. So same length. RQ equals RS, same length, same length. X and Y are 2 moving points. So the moment you see this, you know this is a locus question. Locus. So it's about locus. And then A, they say on diagram 3 in answer space, draw the locus of point X where XP equals to PQ. Okay, what does it mean? It means X is a moving point, but X has to move in a way, ataupun X boleh bergerak, tapi syarat dia apa? XP punya distance kena sentiasa sama dengan PQ punya distance. It means PQ punya distance kena fix, and X tu boleh bergerak, tapi the X has to move with the condition that the XP distance is always equals to PQ. So how can the X move then? The X will move like this lah, like this, and then it will move a circle. Okay, it's a move a circle. It means the PQ distance will always stay the same, right? And then you will move like this. It means you need a compass lah for this, and then you will use your compass, and then you will draw something like this. Okay, I cannot use compass on my laptop screen lah, obviously, but you use compass lah. Okay, so you will put the tajam one, you will shoot at the P, and then you open until the pencil reach here, and then you use your compass, you draw like this. Okay, and it should reach S. Okay, but if you keep drawing, it will be a full circle lah, but you don't have to do that. Okay, you only, okay, until here is enough already. So this is the locus X. Okay, but let's double check and see betul ke X, betul tak XP sama dengan PQ? Betul tak X dengan P punya jarak, X dengan P punya jarak sentiasa sama dengan PQ? Betul or salah? Betul kan? Because if X moves in this way, X and P punya jarak is always same with PQ because the radius mah. Okay, so yeah, that's how you do it. All right. Okay, so for soalan number 2, they want you to draw the locus of point Y, which always has the same distance from Q and S. So if you look at Q is here, S is here, but they want the locus of point Y and it always same distance from Q and S. Well, this one is just a straight line across like this. Okay, but you use ruler lah. Okay, you use ruler. Okay, so let's draw it nice. So it will be a straight line just straight across PR like this. Okay, I don't know how else to explain it. Okay, I'll try to explain a bit lah. So kenapa macam tu? Because if you read the soalan, they say that it has to move such that it always has same distance from Q and S. It means you will draw Q and S punya perpendicular bisector lah. Okay, but we already know the Q and S half. If you cut this shape in half, it will be the PR line. Okay, so this is the locus Y lah. This is locus Y. Okay, just label it like this. All right. So can you see the locus Y? It always same distance from Q and S. It's just a line in the middle like this. Okay, so done already for part A. What about part B? Hence, mark the intersection point of X and Y with this symbol. So how can I mark the intersection? So this is X, this is Y. The intersection point is obviously here. So I will just draw a circle and then put a cross like this. Okay, and that's the answer. Right? 3 marks. So yeah. Number 6, let's go. Diagram 4 shows the position of house P, house Q, house R, and T. Let's check. Oh, P, Q, R, and T. So P, Q, R, and T. So semua sudah letak dalam, they got, okay, the shop key coordinate they got put 0.5. But this one, the coordinate, I don't know. Okay, and then drawn on the Cartesian plan. Okay, so dah habis dah. Let's baca yang bawah. Given that the road that connect T and P is parallel to x-axis. Label lah. So how to label? So T and P, right? T and P. So where is the T and P? So this is T, this is P. And then they say this line is parallel to x-axis. It means this TP line is a non-gradient line. It means what is the y coordinate of P? It will be 0.5 lah. Because if this line is straight and this is 0.5, means the y coordinate of P will be 0. But the x coordinate, I don't know yet. And then what else? Given that the road that connect T and P is parallel to x-axis, okay, means this is a non-gradient line. The distance of T from Q is 1.3. Okay, label T from Q 1.3. So T from Q, where is it? This is T, this is Q, right? So draw a line like this and then write 1.3 kilometers. All right, so this is the distance. And then they say distance of PQ equals to QR. Well, label lah, PQ equals to QR. It means this line and this line punya distance sama. It means this is a midpoint lah. The Q is the midpoint of PR. And then A, they say find coordinate of house R. Okay, I think this is quite simple because if you label nicely like this, you can actually find the coordinate of P, Q, and R, all of it. Okay, how to find? Okay, did you remember they say this line and this line is parallel? The TP and the x-axis is parallel. It means this must be a 90 degree then, because it means this is straight, this is straight, this is 90 degree, parallel, they must be 90 degree. Then I think I can find the jarak here already, because this is a right angle triangle, and in right angle triangle we can use Pythagoras, right? We already know the longest side is 1.3 kilometers, and this 0.5 is not here. No, the 0.5 is not here. The 0.5 is here. Okay, the how to say? This part. Okay, the horizontal part I don't know. Okay, The horizontal part, I don't know. So what I do is I use Pythagoras theorem, square root 1.3 square minus 0.5 square. Why minus? Because I'm finding the short. So let's press 1.3 square minus 0.5 square. And then square root answer 6/5, which is 1.2 kilometers. So now we know this distance here is 1.2. It means the jarak from here to here is 1.2. It means the point Q punya coordinate will be 1.20, right? Correct? 1.20. And then what about coordinate for P? It will be 1.2, 0.5. Because the 0.5, I know it from the beginning already, the y coordinate. It's just the x coordinate set out. So now they ask for coordinate of r. So what is coordinate of r then? Let's see. The x coordinate will be 1.2 lah. Okay, the x coordinate will be 1.2, positive 1.2, but the y coordinate is here. But here I don't know lah. Okay, actually I know, because did you remember they said this and this line sama panjang, and we already know this jarak here, the height here is 0.5. It means here also I have to turun 0.5. What is x-axis turun 0.5? Negative 0.5. So the answer is this, right? So for my A, this is my working, right? This is my working, and I should write here dot 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 r coordinate is 1.2, negative 0.5, right? So 2 marks. Okay, let's go to B. Okay, B, I think I will do it up here. Yeah, I think I'll do it here. Okay, find the equation. So the moment you see find equation in Matematik, we will use this formula, y equals to mx plus c. But we also have to see which line. So find the equation of straight line that is parallel to TQ and passing through R. So I have to find a equation of straight line that parallel to TQ. But we all know when we find equation, we need to have the M and the C, the gradient and the y-intercept. But how to find gradient? Well, they already say parallel to TQ, right? So what I can find is I find the gradient of TQ lah. Okay, because if saya punya line parallel dengan TQ punya line, means saya punya gradient dengan dia punya gradient sama. So what is TQ punya gradient? I will use the gradient formula, base y bahagi base x. So T punya coordinate is 0, 0.5. Q punya coordinate is 1.20. So base y base x 0.5 minus 0 divide with x minus x 0 minus 1.2. So if I press this, what I will get? So 0.5 bahagi bracket negative 1.2. Negative 5/12 ataupun in, it's very ugly if I change to decimal. So why not we just write negative 5/12? Because if I write in decimal point, it's like a lot of digits, right? It's ugly answer. So I just prefer like writing it like this. And then now I can put my m inside this formula or this equation. So m is negative 5/12x plus c. C is the y-intercept, right? And the y-intercept, I don't know, but it's okay because we can passes through siapa. Dia kata passes through R kan. It means I can write PT, which stands for passes through R. R is 1.2 negative 0.5. So 1.2 negative 0.5. So now what I do is I will ganti masuk to find the C. So Y I will ganti with what? Y I will ganti with negative 0.5 equals to equals to negative 5/12. X is 1.2 plus C. So now I can find my C. I will just press calculator. First, I will press this first. What is negative 5/12 times 1.2? Negative 5/12 equals times 1.2. Okay, I get negative 1/2. Okay, so let's write it negative 0.5 plus C, and then this is also negative 0.5. So how to find C? The minus 0.5, I will move here, become plus. What is negative 0.5 plus 0.5 is 0. So it means your C is 0 lah. So finally, I can write my equation lah. I will look back this baris, y equals mx plus c. So y equals to m. The m is negative 5/12x plus c is plus 0, right? But plus 0 no need to write lah. So this is the answer. Okay. So what chapter is this? This is not a form 4, form 5 chapter. This is the chapter you learn in lower form. It's called straight line. Straight line. So yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, number 7. This is obviously transformation. Okay, this is a form 5 chapter. Okay, let's read. Diagram 5A shows triangle QRS. Okay, I can say it. QRS is drawn here already on a Cartesian plane. And then they say there's also a point M here, right? The location is negative 3, 3. Okay, and then we read bawah dikata apa? Transformation T is translation 5, negative 2. So we need to know the atas punya number is for pergerakan kiri kanan. The bawah punya number is for pergerakan atas bawah. So if you look at the atas punya number 5, it means moving to the kanan. The number bawah negative, right? It means moving down. Okay, and then they say transformation P is a reflection y equals negative x plus 4. If I am you, I will straight away draw this line in my Cartesian plane. But before, how can I draw this line? Well, you need to have 2 points. You need to find 2 points. Okay, and then draw the line here. So how can I find 2 points? usually I would just put x equals 0 and y equals 0. Okay? So what happens when I put x 0? I will get y equals to 4. What happens when I ganti y equals 0? The x is also 4, because if you ganti y 0, it will be 0, negative x plus 4. Negative x pindah jadi x, so x equals to 4. Okay? But I will erase all of this. Okay? I will erase it. Okay? Okay, so now the line I know is passes through 0, 4, and 4, 0. So this is the reflection line passing through 0, 4, and 4, 0. Okay? But I will use a ruler to put it. Okay, so this is the line. This is the line. So let's draw it nicely, because later I have to count the quota. If I draw it very ugly, then later I'll get the wrong answer. Okay, so done already. Now we can read A. A says what? In diagram 5B in the answer space, where which one? Oh, this one is it? Oh, diagram 5B. So this one lah, diagram 5B in the answer space. And then what else? In diagram 5B in the answer space, draw the image of QRS under transformation P. So I need to draw the image of QRS under transformation P. But I sudah lupa lah, what is P? Reflection in the straight line y equals negative x plus 4. Okay, I think all of you should draw it here, but I will draw it up here. Okay, it looks exactly the same, right? But I will draw it up here. Okay, but it's the same lah. Okay, but in exam you follow the instruction lah. Okay, but I want to, okay, but I don't want to keep scrolling up and down, so I will just draw it in this diagram. Okay, so how to draw the image of triangle QRS under transformation P? P is reflection in this line, right? That is why I asked you to draw this line. So how can I draw? So first of all, S duduk dekat sini. So when it reflect, because P is reflection, so when you reflect in this line, can you see this line is a senget line? So we cannot kira like this, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. No, we cannot kira like this, because this is a senget line. So we have to kira senget also. So when the kira senget means you kira like this, 1 and then 1 kotak. It means this is the S prime. It means after the S reflect, it will go here. Okay, but of course this arrow you can erase it. Okay, so now I know my S is here. Let's do for R. So we kira senget, so 1 kotak, 2 kotak, but this one is only half, so 2.5, right? So 2.5, so half and then 1, 2. So this is my new my point R after I reflect. Okay, that's how you do it. And then for my last point is point Q. So we will count 1, 2, 3. So senget, kira senget, 1, 2, 3 kotak. So we will, after reflect also, the distance will be 3 kotak. 1, 2, 3. So this is my Q prime. Okay. The prime stands for the image lah. Okay. Okay. So now you will connect using ruler, connect this. I think I should use a like a lagi tebal punya line. Okay. So like this. So this is the image, right? You use ruler lah. Okay. So that's the answer for A. So now we can go to B. B says what? State the coordinate of image of M under transformation T. So what I will do is I will write like this. I will make M the object, because they say state the image of M, right? Means M is the object. So M is the starting, negative 3, 3. I'll write like this, and then I will put an arrow. I will put an arrow, and then I will open the bracket, and here I'll write T, because that's what the soalan wants. State the coordinate of image of M under transformation T. So let's look at M here, right? And then let's look at transformation T. Translation 5, negative 2 means I'm moving ke kanan 5 and then ke bawah 2. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ke bawah 2, 1, 2. So this is the answer, 2, 1. So you just write 2, 1 here, then you get these 4 marks, right? So that's how you do it, right? But of course, you're supposed to do it here lah. Okay, you're supposed to do it in the answer space, right? But I do it here lah. Okay, so but it's the same lah. Okay, so yeah. Okay, let's continue with question number 8. This is which chapter? Logical reasoning. Logical reasoning in form 4. Okay, let's read together. Premise 1 says if M is smaller than 13, then M squared is smaller than 169. So this is an implication. If then. And then they say M squared is bigger sama dengan 169. Okay, and then conclusion is M bigger sama dengan 13. And then the soalan says determine whether the following argument is valid and sound. Justify each of your answers. Okay, you need to know that for this type of question, there is 3 model. Model 1, model 2, model 3. I will quickly mention it. Model 1, macam mana dia punya bentuk. Model 1, it will says all A are B. And then next one will be C is A. And then the next one will be C is B. That is model 1. What about model 2? Model 2, it's called, I name it as true. Okay, true means what? It means the first line will be if P then Q. Then the next line will be P is true. And then the next line will be Q is true. That's model 2. But for model 3, I will call it not true. Then the first line will be right. If P then Q, the next line will be Q is not true. And then it will be P is not true. If you remember everything I said earlier, okay, then only you can jawab this one, right? But if you tell me, Junha, I langsung don't know what you're talking about earlier, then you have to study, okay? Because this logical reasoning, it comes out a lot in exam, okay? If that doesn't ring any bell, ataupun if that you don't know what the hell I talk about just now, langsung tak tahu, then you have to refer balik to you have to study, you have to study this chapter. So if you look at this is which model? This is obviously P, this is obviously Q, the one I underlined. If P then Q. But if you look at premise 2, dia mention P ke dia mention Q? Can you see dia mention Q? Because they say M squared bigger than 169 means they mentioned this one. But they didn't just mention Q. They mentioned the negation for Q. Okay? They mentioned Q is not true because Q is M squared smaller 169, but they write M squared bigger sama dengan. And we all know smaller, the opposite for this is bigger sama dengan. It means if I want to do negation to a statement that has this symbol, I will change it to bigger sama dengan. It means this is model 3 lah. It means for the premise 2, they mentioned Q is not true. That's why in conclusion also P is not true. Okay. So now I can jawab this soalan. Determine whether each of the following argument is valid and sound. Macam mana nak tahu dia valid or not? Okay. If the argument fits one of the model, then it's valid. So this one is valid. Okay, this is valid. Kenapa? Because valid means dia fit one of the model. Okay, it fits one of the model. So there's 3 model that I mentioned just now. So yeah, it fits one of it's model 3, right? That's why it's valid. Then how to know whether it's sound or not? Okay, if all the premise and conclusion is true, then it's sound. But if the premise and the one of this is false, then it's not sound. So let's read again and see whether all of this statement is true or not. So the premise 1 says if M is smaller than 13, then M square is smaller than 169. Well, if you tekan 13 square in your calculator, you'll get 169, right? And this premise 1 states that if the M is smaller than 13, it means like 12, 11, 10 until 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, even 0, -1, -2. They say that if the value is smaller than 13, then after you square it, it will be less than 169. Is it true or false? Okay, 12 square is 144, smaller than 169. True. 11 square is also smaller than 169. 9 square also smaller. Even if you go to the negative number, what's -1 square? It's 1 and it's also smaller than 169. What is -2 square? Is 4, also smaller than 169. But if you keep going downwards, eventually you will reach -14. Well, -14 is smaller than 13, but -14 square is not lesser than 169. How to prove it? Just press lah. So let's press. I'll press with you. -14 square. Can you see? You get 196. It means not all values that are smaller than 13, square root is smaller than 169. Because once you reach -14, -15, then it becomes false already. So we can say that the premise 1 is true or false. It's false, right? So if it's false means automatic, this is not sound. This argument is not sound. Because for it to be sound, all the premise and all the conclusion has to be true. Everything has to be true. Okay. So we will say valid and not sound. And they say justify each of your answer, right? So why so I will write what? Okay, let's think about it. Okay, I think I have to prepare 2 reasons, right? One for valid, one for not sound, right? So I think I will write like this. Valid because it suits one of the model. Okay, one of the model. Ataupun you can also say it fits the it fits one it suits one of the 3 models. Okay, it's one of the 3 models. That's why it's valid. And then we say it's not sound, right? But why did we say it's not sound? Because so valid and then titik, and then we say it's not sound. not sound, because okay, because why? Because one of this is false, right? So because premise one is false. Premise one is false. Premise one is false. Okay. We can also show them this the working just now, because negative 14, right? So we can just say negative 14 square is not smaller than 169. Okay. It means if you want to be safe, you can show them an example, because you say it's not true, right? Then you show them why it's not true. So why is it not true? Because negative 14 is lesser than 13. But when you square it, it's not lesser than 169. It's actually bigger. So you can show them this. So let me just check with the answer schema jawapan. So what they write. Okay, okay lah, boleh lah. Alright. So lebih kurang sama lah. Okay, yeah. That's how you do it. Right? Hope you understand. Let's continue with number 9. Okay, number 9 says given one of the roots. Okay, roots means the x lah, the x1 and the x2. Roots ataupun the x-intercept. Okay, the x-intercept. So given one of the x-intercept of the quadratic equation is 2. So px square minus x equals to 2p plus 2. And then they say the roots is 2, means the x-intercept is 2 lah. So this is 2, 0. Okay, calculate the value of p. So how to find? If the x-intercept is 2, it means this curve passes through 2, 0. It means I can straight away ganti. But before that, let's susun first, because it's not in general form. How to susun? Plus 2p become minus 2p, plus 2 become minus 2 equals 0. So now, since this is general form, and they want to find value of p, right? So what I can do is I would straight away ganti the x with 2. Okay, kenapa boleh buat macam tu? Because they already say the roots is 2, and I already say roots means x. Okay, so if the roots is 2, means the x is 2 lah. So I ganti saja 2 squared is 4, so 4p minus 2. Just write minus 2 minus 2p minus 2 equals 0. Excuse me. 4p minus 2p is positive 2p, negative 2 minus negative 2 is negative 4. Move to the other side, become 4. So p equals 4 divided 2. That is 2. That's the answer. For question B, find the other root of the equation. So 2 is just one of the roots. Then what's the other root? Well, it's very easy, because you know the p is 2 already, right? So you look at this equation and you write it again, but this time you masukkan the p2. So 2x squared minus x minus 2p times 2p minus 2. So 2p minus 2 equals 0, and the p we already know is 2. So when I and then I can buat yang belakang ni, negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, minus 2 is negative 6. And then I try to factorize using calculator lah. And then I will get 2 answers. And let me tell you, confirm one of the answer will be 2. But because I already know one of the root is 2. But what they want the other one lah. Okay. So let's press. Betul tak ada satu jawapan? Let's press mode EQN degree 2. So the A is 2, the B is negative 1, the C is negative 6. I hope you know how to press. The x1 is 2, and then negative 3 over 2. So my calculator give me first answer 2, this one negative 3 over 2. So atas will be x minus 2, this will be x plus 3, but be careful, the 2 have to raise depan. And which one is the answer? This one. This one is the answer, not the x equals 2. But I will not erase it. I will just leave it there like this. Okay. Why is this not the answer? Because they already say find the value of the other root. The other root is the negative 3 over 2 lah, because I already know one of the root is 2. Okay, I want the other one. The other one. That's why. Okay, let's go with question 10. Okay, let's see. The price of a packet of 5 kilogram detergent powder and a packet of 10 kg detergent powder at the supermarket, 40 ringgit, 50 ringgit. So there's 2 types of detergent powder that you can buy. You can either buy the small size one, the 5 kg one, or the 10 kg one. If you buy the 5 kg one, it will cost you 40 ringgit. If you buy the 10 kg one, it will cost you 50 ringgit. And Puan Sophia bought several packets. It means it didn't tell you how many packets she buy. We don't know. So she will buy like several packets of 5 kg detergent powder, but we don't know how much she buy. So we also don't know how much she pay. And then she also bought 10 kilogram of detergent powder, and the total bill that he has to pay is 410. And then they say the total mass of detergent powder purchase is 70 kilogram. So the total price after she buy all of that is 410 ringgit, and the total mass is 70 kg. And then they say using matrix method. Oh, okay. The moment you see this, you know this is simultaneous question. Only simultaneous punya soalan they will jawab macam, they will say like this, using matrix method. Okay, because In simultaneous Christian punya soalan, you can either jawab using the matrix method or without the matrix method. So if they mention this in the soalan, you can be 100% sure that this is a simultaneous punya soalan. And then they say calculate the number of packets of 5 kg of detergent powder and the number of packets of 10 kg detergent powder purchased by Pan Sophia. The first step here is to let, okay, let what? Let x equals to something, y equals to something. But students always don't know whether x equals to what. Okay, they will write something like let x equals to price of detergent powder, or maybe they will say let x equals to the mass of detergent powder. Don't do that. Okay, it's wrong. You shouldn't let x equals to price or the mass. You should let x equals to number. Okay, number of packets. Let me tell you how to do how I know. You just read the last baris. They want you to calculate the number of packets of 5 kg detergent powder, right? So it means this is the one you want to find, the number of packets. So itu lah yang you kena let. Okay, faham maksud saya? It means whatever they want you to find, let that be the x. Okay, so what they want you to find, number of packets of 5 kg powder. Okay, that's the x, and also the number of packets of 10 kg powder. That's the y. Okay, whatever they want you to find, itulah yang you kena jadikan dia xy. Right? And then now I can start writing my equation. So they say the price of one packet of 5 kg detergent powder is 40 ringgit and 10 kg 50 ringgit. And the total she pay is 410. It means I can take RM40 times with x, which is 40x, plus with 50 times with y equals to 410. Because this is in RM, this is in RM, this is also in RM. That is why I will take 40x plus 50y equals to 410. That's my first equation. This is first equation. No need to write that one lah. Okay. And then what is the second equation? Well, the second equation, they say the total mass is 70 kilos. Means this, I will write 70. But I cannot write 40x plus 50y here. It's wrong. Because 70 is not the RM, is not the price. 70 is the mass. So the total mass for one detergent powder yang small size punya is 5 kg. And she bought X number. So it should be 5x plus 10y. And now I can start to use matrix method and solve this simultaneous equation, right? How to use matrix method? Bracket, bracket equals to bracket. And then here would be 40, 50, 5, 10, x, y, 410, 70. But of course, if you want to kecilkan also can. How to kecilkan? Bahagi 10, bahagi 10, bahagi 10. And then only use the matrix method can also. You will get the same answer. It means I cannot use the hapusan punya cara lah, the elimination method. I cannot take this one. Oh, this one is 5, this one 40. So I times with 8 and then everything times 8 times 8 times 8 and then take equation 1 minus equation 2. I cannot lah. Because that one is not matrix method. That one is the elimination method already. They want matrix method. That's why I must use this method. So how to find xy? I will move this matrix to the other side and now it becomes inverse 40, 50, 5, 10. But inverse, this is how you write it, -1, and then 410, 70. And then now it will be xy equals to 1 over direct cross. 40 times 10, 400. 50 times 5, no, minus first. 50 times 5 is 250. Okay. And then the formula is you have to terbalikkan the 40 and 10. So 10 atas, 40 bawah. 50 and 5 you have to tukar tanda. So -50, -5. And don't forget to times lagi dengan 410, 70. And now you will take the 400 minus 250. I think it's 150. And then here you can multiply them together. How to multiply? Horizontal times vertical. So 10 times 410 and then -50 times 70. 10 times 10 is 4100. -50 times 70 is -3500. And then next horizontal, vertical. -5 times 10 is negative, I don't know, let's press 5 times 10. Okay, 2050. Okay, I just press, I get this. And then 40 times 70, which is 2800. And tengah-tengah tak ada sign means tambah. Okay, let's continue here. XY equals to 1 over 150. Let's buat yang dalam sini dulu. What is 4100 minus 3500? 600. Okay. And then what is -2050 plus, plus or minus? Plus 2800. Okay, let me press. 750. And now finally, I can take these two values, bahagi 150. 600 bahagi 150 is 4. 750 bahagi 150 is 5. So therefore, dot, x equals to 4, y equals to 5. But I don't think I can write like this. Because x represents what? number of packets of 5 kg powder. So let's write nicely for them. Number of packets of 5 kg detergent powder is equals to 4, comma, number of packets of 10 kg powder is equals to 5. No need to put any unit lah, because it's number of packet, right? Number of packet are the unit one. Okay. So make sure you write this. I know it's very, how to say, like maybe you feel lazy to write this, but you need to write it. In exam especially, of course you have to write it. Okay, now we move into section B punya territory. So section B also you have to jawab semua soalan. So let's just go. Number 11. Diagram 6 shows a directed and weighted graph. Directed means got direction. It means it's like one way, one way, one way, one way, one way, one way saja. Weighted means got labeling one. So the labeling here, can you see got 8, 13, 37? These are all the weights lah. And the weights can represent anything. Okay. And for this case, the weight represent minutes. That means it represents time lah. So weighted graph in minutes, KLMN are the location of 4 commuter train station. Rupa-rupanya this KMLN is all train station. And the weights, the number here, the labeling here, they represent time. Time taken to reach from here to here, 8 minutes, here to here, 13 minutes, and so on. And then they say M and L are transit station. M and L is transit station, okay? And the time taken at each station is 5 minutes. Oh, okay, okay. It means, let's say, you want to, how to say? You want to go from K to N, and then you want to pass through M, right? Let's say you want to go from here to here, but you will go like this, K to M, M to N. It means you stop at M first, right? But the time taken will be 5 minutes lah. It means after you spend 8 minutes to reach here, before you duduk the train to go to N, you have to spend 5 minutes here, because the time taken for each station is 5 minutes. I think that's what they meant lah. Okay, so tak apa, let's do A together. Let's erase all this. Okay, A says what? A says draw a tree based on the tree graph in diagram 6. This one exam come out so many times already. This tree thing. If you watch the first, how to say, watch my paper 1 videos, I even mentioned it. I think in my second video, I forgot which state, but in my second video, I already mentioned it. This tree is the exam famous one. They like to ask this one. They like to ask this in exam. They ask it a lot. Okay. So, and I ask you to memorize these 4 characteristic. I don't know you got watch or not lah, those videos. Okay. But I will explain it one more time again. So what is the first characteristic? All vertices must be connected. All vertices must be connected. Okay, for it to be a tree, all vertices must be connected. And then the second thing is it must be a simple graph. What is simple graph? It means no multiple edges, no loops. And then the second is the third one is no cycle. Okay, no cycle. And then the last one is the number of edges must be equals to number of vertex minus 1. And one more thing is the tree has to be a part of this, a part of the graph. Okay, a part of the graph. It's just that it has to follow these 4 characteristics. So how to draw the tree? First of all, we already know all the vertices must be connected. So why not we put all the vertices punya location first, M, N, and then L, and then K. Then how to draw the tree? Okay, for me, I will draw it like this, like this, like this, like this, and then put the labeling 14, put the labeling 27, put the labeling 13. Okay, that's the tree lah. Okay, but let's see, ada fulfill tak semua condition ni? All vertices connected. See, all vertices connected. Simple graph. No multiple edges, no loops. Okay, no cycle. Okay, nice. NE equals to NV minus 1. So if you look at the number of vertex is 4, but the number of edges is only 3. So yeah lah, this is correct. And but also one more thing to take note is this has to be part of the graph. Okay, it means if there is no line here, you cannot sendiri, how to say? You cannot sendiri buat the line. Okay, itulah maksud saya. Okay, but what if I draw differently? What if I draw like this? M, N, K, L. But I decide to draw like this. And betul lah if I draw like this. Salah. Salah. Okay. Why salah? Because if you draw like this, has cycled already. Okay, have cycled already. So this is not 3. Then how can I betulkan? Just erase this line lah. You draw like this. This is a 3. This is also correct. Okay, this is also correct. Okay, and also the NE is NV minus 1, right? 3 edges, 4 vertex. Okay, so if you draw like this also can. This is also a 3. Okay, it means ada banyak possible answer. Banyak answer yang you boleh case. Alright, so it's only worth 2 marks, so I don't want to waste so much time. So this is my version. Okay, but you don't have to. It doesn't have to be exactly this. Your answer doesn't have to be exactly the same as me because there's so many ways to draw the tree. Okay, let's see. Henny takes the commutator from K to N. So this is the start and this is the destination, the N. So you want to go from K to N. And then they say calculate the route with the shortest time. So the shortest time will be, let's see, if I go here 8:13, it means it will take 21 minutes, right? But do you remember they say each station is 5 minutes? So at first I thought the 5 minutes here means what, you know? It means I have to take 8 plus 13, and since it passes through 3 stations, it means I have to plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. But actually it's wrong, you know, it's wrong because this is my second time doing it already. And after I do B, I because later got one question in C, right? And in C, they ask us to complete the distance time graph. And when I look at the distance time graph, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this, and then I know straight away that that's not how it works. Okay, because if it's a DTG, this is moving forward, this is stop, right? And it stops for 5 minutes. It means that it doesn't stop for 5 minutes here, and at the end also, it means it's only stop at M. If this is the jalan I take, the 5 minutes is only spent at the M. The K doesn't. So it means that when you go to K, you will go straight to the train and then you spend 8 minutes and then tambah 5 minutes here. It means that if I jalan here, the time taken will be 8 plus 5 plus 13, which is 26 minutes. But is this the shortest one? No, this is not the shortest one. Okay, so this is not the answer. I just want to make you understand what it means by 5 minutes. Okay, what about if I jalan straight like this? If I jalan straight like this, it will be 27 minutes only. I don't even have to plus 5 because it didn't stop by at any transit station. Okay, so this 27 is not the shortest one. Okay, then what about if I go like this, like this, like this, like this? Can work. If I go like this, like this, like this. Actually, I can try 14 plus 18 plus 13. If I press this, it's already like so big already, number. It's already 45 minutes. And the 45 have to plus with 5 minutes here and 5 minutes here. Because if you jalan here, you will spend 5 minutes at each station, right? And then yeah, it's even worse. Okay. It's like not the shortest one. So the shortest one is what? Is actually jalan like this. Jalan like this and then straight away like this, because it will only take how many minutes? 14 plus 6, which is 20 minutes, but plus another 5 because the time taken is 5 minutes. Because when you reach L, it will take you 5 minutes before you take the train and then take another 6 minutes. So 14 plus 5 plus 6. So calculate the route with shortest time is from K, jalan to L, and then baru to N. So this is the route with the shortest time. But they want you to calculate, right? So I should write down. So the time taken will be 14 plus 6. But wait, I have to plus 5 because got 5 minutes. It's like the waiting time lah. Okay, the time you have to wait. What about the 8:13 one? Cannot, right? Because 8 plus 13 is already 21. 21 plus 5 is 26. 26 and 25. Of course, the 25 is shorter. They want the shortest, right? So that's how you do it. Okay, let's go to question number 2. Okay, number 2 says what? Table 1 shows the fares for travel between stations. So this is all the bayaran. And then it says calculate the cost of the road with the longest travel time. So for question number 2, before I find the cost, I need to know which route takes the longest time first. So just now I already find one for the shortest one. So now I have to find one for the longest one. But according to my my working just now, I already know which one. The 40 something one. Remember just now because this one is the starting, right? This one is the ending, right? And I remember there's one road is like sangat panjang one. So how is it just now? It's like this, like this, like this, right? Go 14, 18, 13. Because this one I have to plus 5 here and then plus 5 here. So the longest will be K to L, L to M, M to N. And if you look carefully at the arrow, it match. Okay? Because what if the arrow, let's say this arrow is like this. then you cannot use this jalan already, because the arrow indicates one way. The arrow indicates the direction, means you can only go in this direction. So it will be 14, 18, 13 minutes. 14 plus 18 plus 13. Let's write. So the longest route. Okay, let's write down from where to where first. K to L. Okay, K to L. And then L to M, baru to N. K to L, and then L to M, M to N. This is the route with the longest time. So it'll be 14 plus 18 plus 13. 14 plus 18 plus 13. So the time taken will be 14 plus 18 plus 13. Let's double check, because I don't want to write the wrong value. 14 minutes. Okay, yes, correct. But I have to plus with 10. Why? Because the waiting time is 5 minutes. Because when he go from K to L, he will spend 5 minutes here before he go on the train and then move here. And then after you reach here, you take another 5. So 5 plus 5, that's why you have to plus 10. So let's press all of this. Okay, 55. So 55 minutes. The longest travel time is 55 minutes. Now I can find the cost. So the cost will be what? Okay, did you see they give us all these price? So let's see. Actually, I don't even have to do this one, right? Because you say K to L, the price is 2 ringgit 20 cents. So K to L is RM 2.20 lah. And then plus with L to M is this one 5.40. So RM 5.40. And then plus with M to N, which is RM 2.50. And then just equals lah, right? 2.2 plus 5.4 plus 2.5. Let's press. Okay, I got 10.1. So I should write RM 10.10. It means this is useless lah, this time taken, because they never asked me to do the time also, right? But I end up doing it also, but you don't have to do that, right? Because they ask for the cost. So actually this one tak buat pun tak apa lah. Okay, but I sudah silap buat already, because I thought I need to find the time taken first. So yeah, but even if in exam, even if you show them something like this, I can also one. They will not give you salah one. Just because you write something extra doesn't mean they will make it salah. Okay lah, let's go to C lah. Okay, C. Given that the average speed of the commuter train from station to another is 120, average speed equals to 120. Means what? The average speed means the kelajuan purata. The average speed. Based on the answer in B1, complete the distance time graph. So B1 is which one? This is B2. Which one is B1? This one, right? B1. So B1 punya journey is macam mana? He start from K and then he move to L. And then after at L, he will stop for 5 minutes. And then only after 5 minutes, he will keep moving to N. So move, stop for 5 minutes, move again for 6 minutes. Like this, right? K is here, so move for 14 minutes, and then sampai L, stop for 5 minutes, and then move for another 6 minutes. Sampai. Okay, that is why when I do the B1 just now, I straight away skip to C and explain to you just now. So now let's go to the graph. This one I draw just now one. So can you see this one? He moved for the first 14 minutes. The train moved. Okay, move for berapa jarak? Okay, that one don't worry. That one later. And then after he sampai here, why the line becomes straight like this one? Because it stops lah. It stops for 5 minutes. What's 14 plus 5? 19 lah. 19, right? And if you look carefully, the journey is like this one. Is 14, move for 14 minutes, stop for 5 minutes, and then move for another 6. And remember this value, 6. And then tengok sini. Betul tak? 19 plus 6 dapat 25. Betul kan? Right? 19 plus 6, yeah, 25. So it makes sense, right? So the next line will be what? Will be moving lah. Will be continue moving lah. But you have to make sure the continue moving, the line have to go up, not go down one, because it is still moving forward. Okay, and it will be like this. Okay, but the masala is how to get this and this. Okay, this represents what? This value represents distance, right? So how to get the distance? Well, do you remember in the soalan they gave us something? They gave us average speed. And what is average speed? It's like the keseluruhan ataupun the purata speed is 120. It means the overall speed is 120. And we all know speed punya formula is distance over time. So boleh tak kita cakap distance over time sama dengan 120? And then for the first 14 minutes, I will just write 14. Okay, but I have to divide 60. The reason is because the 120 is in kilometer per hour, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. kilometer per hour. It means the distance here should be in kilometer, and then this also should be in hours. That's why I have to take the 40 minutes divided 60. And then now I can find the distance here, right? So how to get this? Let's call this x. So it will be x equals to, let's tekan 14 divided 60 first. 14 divided 60. Okay, I got ugly answer. So let's put in fraction. So it'll be 7 over 30. But then I will move there, become darab. So it'll be 120 times with 7 over 30. So x will equals to what? Answer times 120, 28. Okay. But I already tell you the unit will be in kilometer. Just now I already tell you. So it means this is 28. This is 28. Then how can I get this value? Well, we will use the same formula again. The average speed is 120, right? So 120, it will be the distance over time. The distance has to be in kilometer. I will call it y this time. And then the time taken have to be in hours. Because the 130 is in kilometer hour. But how many hours? How many hours? Okay, if you look here, it will take 6 minutes. Do you remember? 6 minutes, right? Because when he's moving here, the speed here is how to say? 120. Or you can also use the gradient formula. Can also. Okay. So 6 minutes, but the 6 have to divide 60, right? So I have to write 6 divide 60 so that it becomes hours. So it'll be y equals to 120. Okay, what is 6 divide 60? 6 divide 60 is 1 over 10. But then when you move, when you pindah, it becomes darab 1 over 10 already. So y is equals to 12. But you don't go and write 12 here, please. You don't go and write 12 here. It's not 12 here. It's 28 plus 12 because it means that he's moving for another 12 kilometer here. So what is 28 plus 12? I think it's 40. Okay. So that's how you do it. It means that in the 6 minutes time here, the train moved for 12 kilometer. 12 kilometer. Okay. Okay, let me just check quickly with the schema jawapan because I'm very scared. I don't want to write the wrong things here. Okay, so yeah, it's correct. 14, 19, 25 in minutes. Yeah. So this is the working for C. Okay, the things I write here is working for C. Okay. Okay, now we can go to question number 12. This is another transformation soalan. So we are doing section B. So section B, remember transformation will confirm always come out one. Paper 2 section B. Okay. Okay, let's go. Diagram 8A shows 3 pentagon. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yes. So the 3 pentagon is given E, F, G, H, J, the small one, this one. KLMNP, also the small one, this one. KQRST, the biggest one, drawn on the Cartesian plane. Okay, so far nothing to label. Pentagon KQRST is the image of pentagon EFGHJ under the combined transformation VU. Berapa arrow? Berapa arrow? Macam mana saya ajar dalam kelas? Berapa arrow? 2 arrow lah. Why 2 arrow? Sebab ada 2 transformation. So 1 arrow, 2 arrow. What I have to write here in the middle and belakang. Okay, read again. KQRST is image of EFGHJ. Means KQRST itu saya kena tulis paling belakang because that is the final image of EFGHJ. So inilah yang saya kena tulis paling depan. Under combined transformation VU. It means what you do or what we do. What you do. So this is U, this is V, like this. And what about the middle one? Yang ni memang tak tahu ke? Okay, if you look at the diagram, there's 3 pentagon given to you. There's 3 pentagon. EFGHJ, KLMNP, KQRST. EFGHJ we already know is the first object. KQRST we already know is the final image. So definitely the KLMNP is the one yang to do in the middle lah. So that's how. Okay, that's all. And then after you write all this labeling, then baru you boleh buat describe in full the transformation U and transformation V. So I will describe the transformation U. So I will write what? Soalan A, question 1. But of course you write in the answer space lah. Okay. Oh, there's no answer space. But in exam, they will give you the satu wrong jawapan one for you to write. Okay. Okay. So I'll just write here transformation U is blah blah blah. And then second, transformation V is blah blah blah. And then I tulis. Okay, but later I write lah. Okay, this one I erase lah because this one I already know. Okay. Okay, so what is transformation V and V? So since I already write down this error everything, it will be very easy for me to determine now. So let's look at transformation U first. U is what? EFGHJ change to KLMNP. If you look at these two, it's same size. Okay. they look like the same size to me. So they are not enlargement. U cannot be enlargement. If you write enlargement here, automatic wrong already. So U is not enlargement, then it leaves us with translate, reflect, or rotate. So is this translation? Well, translation means you are just dragging it. But if you look carefully, this line is a sengit punya line, this is sengit punya line, this is sengit punya line, this is sengit punya line. Ada satu line saja yang normal punya line. So this satu kotak punya line, can you see it's not here? It's already become like this. Originally it's like this, now become like this already. Means the orientation sudah terbalik. It's like terbalik sikit already. So it's not translation. It's not translation. So it's either reflect or rotate. But how can I know whether it's reflect or rotate? Well, I teach in class already. I don't know you got datang or not. I teach in class. I said you just lukis the garisan. This technique is very useful one. You just lukis the garisan, because once you lukis the garisan, if the garisan is very messy, then it's a rotation 90-degree. If it's if the garisan is everything intersect at one point, then it's rotation 180-degree. But if all the lines are parallel, then it's a reflection. So how can I know whether it's reflect or rotate? We draw garisan. So the first, but we have to garis. We cannot just simply garis like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like cannot one. You have to garis to the correct point. For example, K has to be connect with E. Kenapa? Because ya lah, because that's dia punya kawan lah. Okay, K dengan E. If you don't garis to the wrong one, if you garis the wrong one, then wrong also. K to E. So long lah. Just buat sampai sini saja. Okay, so K to E. Actually, it can stop here also. Okay, so now I will garis another line, L with who? You can clearly see L is F, right? L is F. So let's garis. L to F. Okay, so far so good. Now I will garis M, but M I garis to who? Okay, if you look at L to M, it's like sengit satu petak one. So definitely not J lah, because J is like different one. So I think it's M with G like this. Okay. And then P with H. P with H like this maybe. Wait, betul lah? Macam salah aja. Is it true P to H, P with H? Let's see. K to here. Okay, P with J. Sorry, P with J. P with J. And then N with H. Yes. N with H. So as you can see, with all these lines, it's very messy. It doesn't have a nice pattern. It's like very messy. So definitely this is a rotation. And it's not just any rotation, it's a rotation 90-degree. So straight away, I will write transformation rate is rotation 90-degree, but we still have to write clockwise ataupun anti-clockwise, and also we have to write the center. But how can I do that? Well, you have to use the compass lah, okay? But of course, I cannot use compass in my laptop screen. So you just do it by yourself at home, but I will show you how to do it. How to do it? Well, I teach you in class already. You, out of all these lines, you choose two lines, but don't choose two lines yang parallel. For example, KE and LF punya line, if you choose these two lines, your life will be miserable. It will be very hard for you to find when you use the compass to locate, it's very hard to find. So let's just erase. We will erase some of these lines except two lines. So I think I will erase this line also. I will erase these two lines. Actually, you can use whatever two lines you want. Just don't choose two lines that are parallel. So I will choose these two lines, because these two lines, they are not parallel, right? Can you see they are not parallel? That's why it's easy to find the rotation center. And now what you do is you will use compass. How to use compass? You will take the tajam punya part, you will cucuk dekat K, and then lukis. Okay, you will take the tajam punya, letak K, and then lukis, and then change to, and then terbalikkan, put the cucuk, and then cucuk, and then draw a line like that lah. But I already tell you I can't do that because I cannot use compass in my how to say, in my laptop screen. So I will just lebih kurang cincai, okay, buat macam tu lah. So it will lebih kurang look like this lah. After you draw the compass, it will lebih kurang look like this. But that's only the first one. You not stop here. You have to do again, use the compass, but this time using the PJ line. So for the PJ line, same thing. You will cucuk dekat P, lukis atas, lukis bawah, and then go to J, lukis, okay. And then I think lebih kurang you will get a line maybe like something like this. Maybe, I don't know. But use compass, don't be like me, okay? I can't use compass to show you, but you should end up with lebih kurang something like that lah. Because it's perpendicular bisector, right? Okay, so actually what you're doing is you're just drawing a perpendicular bisector for the two lines. So maybe something like this, okay? And if you got try using compass and really draw it, you realize these two line, these two, how to say, these two line intersect at one point, which is the 0, 1. Okay, and that is the rotation center. Okay, and what you do is you go to the rotation center, you will draw a cross. You draw a big cross, and once you draw the big cross, you will automatically know whether it's clockwise or anti-clockwise. But a lot of students, they will tell me clockwise. They will say like, oh, because this is the object, this is the image, so it rotates like this clockwise. Hey, hello, wrong lah. It's not like this. The direction is not like this. It's not here to here. It's here to here, bro. So what you have to write is the arrow should be where? It's here to here, because look at the arrow. It's from EFGHJ to KLMNP, not the other way around. So it's from here to here. So it's actually anti-clockwise. So rotation 90-degree anti-clockwise. And then at center where? At center, or you can also write about center 0, 1. Then that's how you get full marks. But some students might ask this, hey, how come you know the answer even though you never use compass? Okay, because I do it already lah. This is the second time I'm doing it. That's why I know the answer is 0, 1. But in exam, you can't do it like this. You can't just guess like me and just, oh, lebih kurang draw the line like that. You have to use the compass. You will use the compass lah. But why I never use the compass, I still know the answer, is because I did it already. I did it for the second time already. That's why I know the answer. But if without compass, you can't. I also don't know. I also don't know the answer. Where is it? Okay, I also don't know. I need the compass actually. But the reason I know is because I already do it for the second time. The first time I do it, I already use the compass. Okay, let's go to the next question. Transformation V is what? Okay, V is definitely enlargement lah, because if you look at this, KLMNP to KQRST, well, this is from a small size to big size, definitely enlargement. But you will not get full marks if you just write like this. You have to write the center and the scale factor. So enlargement, I have to write at center, blah, 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 with scale factor, blah, blah, blah. So enlargement at center, blah, 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 with scale factor, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But you can also write transformation V is enlargement with scale factor, blah, 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 at center, blah, blah, blah. Means you don't have to worry about which one to write first. Yang paling penting is dua pengkut tulis. How to know the enlargement center? K. K is the enlargement center. And the coordinate will be -1, 4. And then the scale factor will be image bahagi object. And if we look at this line is second punya line, second punya line, second punya line, second punya line. The only line yang saya boleh kira is this. So this one is dua kotak. But before I enlarge, is only satu kotak. So it's 2 divide 1. So the scale factor is 2. The scale factor is 2. Remember, it's 2 divide 1, not 1 divide 2. Because the image is the big one, not the small one. But there are times where the small one is the image one. So you have to read the soalan. That's why this is very important, this arrow one. Because it will help you in this question, but it will help you later also for B. So the big one is the image lah. That's why the scale factor is 2. So hope you understand. Let's go to B. So B is about area already. So we all know when it's about area, the only formula we have to think about is area of image equals to K square times area of object. I already know the image is what? I already know the scale factor is what? Is 2. And then the image will be the final one here, KQRST. And then the object will be KLMNP, but you can also write EFGHJ. Okay, anyone you write also correct one. So EFGHJ. Okay, why you can write anyone you want? Because this and this, they have the same area. That is why it doesn't matter which one you write here also, it doesn't matter. Yang penting is the image you have to write KQRST lah. Okay, but if you read the question, they say it is given that the KQRST area represents 256 meters square. So boleh lah saya tulis 256 dekat sini. And then boleh lah 2 square jadi 4. And then boleh lah saya cari area of EFGHJ. Tapi saya kena tekan 256 divide 4 dulu lah. So when I tekan, I will get what? Area of EFGHJ equals to 256 divide 4. So if I press, I got 64. But it's meter square, because they use meter. But is this what the soalan wants? No, they ask for area of shaded region. So where is shaded region? Shaded region is only here. So we already know the EFGHJ punya area is 64. So mana EFJJ, this is 64. It means this is also 64 lah, this one. Because this one, they have the same area, they are same size. And then what about the 256? The 256 is for the KQRST. It means it's for the whole thing. Like this whole, this whole is 256. So if I want the shaded region, I would just take the 256 minus the 64 lah. Then I get the area of shaded region. Ayuh, no space already. How? I'll just write here lah. Area of shaded region equals 256 minus 64. I press, I get 192 meters squared. Let me just check quickly with the schema jawaban and see whether I do it correctly or not. So rotation 90 degree clockwise 0, 1. Wait, what did I write? 0, 1. Okay, yes, anti-clockwise. And then enlargement scale factor 2, -1, 4. Scale factor 2, -1, 4. Okay. And then 192. Yep. Okay. Okay, let's continue with 13. Diagram 9 shows the floor plan of Mukri's house. So this is the floor plan for Mukri's house. So, okay, and then they say Mukris plans to plant grass in the region of two isosceles. Isosceles triangle SMR and PKQ. So this is a isosceles triangle. This is also isosceles triangle, but I don't have to label already because they label for me already. Can you see they put these two lines here? These two lines means they are sama panjang. This line also sama panjang. But they say plant grass in the region. So this one letak grass, this one letak grass. The G stands for grass. And then they say A says what? Form a quadratic expression. Expression means tak ada equal lah. Dia tak ada equal punya. If quadratic equation means dia akan ada equal sign. Expression means tak ada equal one. So form a quadratic expression for the unplanted area represented by the shaded region means this area lah, the area of shaded region. So I want to form a quadratic expression. So how to find the area of shaded region? Well, you cannot find directly because this shape is a very weird shape and you never learn how to find the area of this shape. So what you have to do is you take something minus something. You have to take area of rectangle, big rectangle, minus area of triangle, minus area of triangle. So what you will write is first find the area of rectangle, which is 3x plus 4 times 14. So 14 bracket 3x plus 4. But this is the whole area. I have to minus with what? 1/2 times base times height. So we all know this is a 90 degree because this is a rectangle. Because floor ma. So and also if you imagine like how to say it looks like a rectangle also, right? And also, yeah, so I think it's 90 degree lah. So it's 1/2 times base times height. So the base is 2x, the height is 2x. So boleh tak saya darab dengan 2x and then darab with 2x like this. But if you want to write fast, you can just put the square like this. And then minus again with another triangle, which is 1/2 times base times height. But the base and height is x and x. So why not you just write x squared? And now it will become 14 times 3x. Let's press 14 times 3, I will expand it lah, 42x. And then 14 times 4 is 56 minus, this one you cannot do darab first, you have to do square first. So 2x squared is 4x squared, divide 2 is 2x squared. What about x squared times 1/2 is just 1/x squared. And then now you will end up with negative 2x squared minus 1/2x squared. Dia boleh buat sama-sama kan? What is negative 2 minus 1/2? Let's press. Negative 2 minus 1/2, I think it's negative 5/2. Okay, so negative 5/2x squared. And then after I write that, then I will write plus 42x. And then only I will write plus 56. That's the answer. And then I will also write the unit like meter or cm. Meter, right? So meter square. Okay, so that's how you do the soalan A. So if you look at soalan B, they say given that the area of shaded region is 184, find the values of x. Bukan yang ni ke area of shaded region. It means when I do B, I can straight away take my A answer equals to 184 lah. And then find the values of x. This one need calculator later lah. So why not I just take the A answer, negative 5/2x squared, because this is the shaded region, right? And then take the whole thing equals to 184. And then now I want to find values of x, but other square. So I should make it into general form. So how to make it general form? Negative 5/2x squared plus 42x. General form must equal 0, right? So 56 minus 84, negative what? Let me press. Okay, negative 128. But I still cannot use calculator because try to, how to say, hilangkan the fraction lah. So how to hilangkan? Everything times 2. Times 2 is 84x times 2. Let's press. 128 times 2. Oh, 256. but it's negative 256 because there's a minus. And then afterwards, still don't use calculator first because there's a negative. So why not we tukar tanda for everyone? Tukar tanda jadi 84x, tukar tanda jadi plus 256 equals 0. Okay. Now only finally I can press calculator to get my values of x. So mode A polynomial B2. Okay, what's the A? 5. What's the B? Negative 84. What's the C? 256. I hope you know how to tekan. The first answer says 64 over 5. And then the second answer is 4. So it means atas punya bracket saya kena tulis macam mana? X, this is positive, so I should write minus 64. And then the 5 letter depan. This is positive 4, so I should write minus 4 equals 0. So done already lah. Done already. Okay, so find the values of x. Can you see they put the s there? Means more than one answer. So x equals to 64 over 5 cm, or x equals to 4 cm. Not cm lah. Meter. Okay, let's go to the last part of this question. The soalan C. Find the length of LM. Where is LM? LM. Oh, this one, LM. It means this line lah. And the length is 3x plus 4. Well, this is so easy because I already know my x. So LM is equals to 3x plus 4. But how my x got two answer lah. So which one you want to choose? I think you should do both lah. So 64 over 5. But you should also, because x got two answer. So I think I should do both. So this is 4. So let's try with the first x answer. 3 times 64 over 5 and then plus 4. 212 over 5. Okay, what if I change to decimal? 42.4. Okay, right? 42.4 meter. What about this one? 3 times 4 plus 4. 16 meter. So which one is the correct answer? Yes. I think both also can lah. I think you just leave both lah. Right? I thought maybe like one of it would be negative. I have to reject it, but I think you just leave both lah. Okay. So yeah, I think apa? Let's check the schema. So the schema says what? The panjang is 16. Okay, so the schema ended up choosing this as the answer lah. But it's fine. I will still recommend doing it for both case. Okay. So yeah, that's how you do it. What about B? Is my B answer correct? Let's check. 64. Betul also. Yeah. 64. Okay. Okay lah. So that's how you do it. Okay, we are almost at the end. Oh, so many more. 14. Okay, tak apa. Let's continue. 14. Okay, 14. I think this is a measures of dispersion punya soalan. But in section B, paper 2, sometimes measures of dispersion, sometimes they will ask you to Locus. But this one, they Locus for me already. They Locus the OGI for me already. So I don't think I have to Locus. I have to do something else. Let's see. A manager in a furniture factory studied the duration of time in hours taken by his workers to complete a chair. So this is information about duration of time taken to complete the chair. The results of the study are shown in the OGIF. So let's see the OGIF. So what are all these number represents? These are all upper boundary. These are all upper boundary. How I know? Because OGIF memang the x-axis is upper boundary. And then these are all cumulative frequency. This is time in hours. Okay, A says what? Complete table 2 in the answer space. So let's try to find where's the table 2. Oh, okay, I found it already. So this is the table 2. So got time, got cumulative, got frequency, got midpoint. So this one, I think a lot of students will make mistake one, because student is very weak at the, how to say? Like, they don't know how to write it. Okay. Even if I ask, even in the class also, I always see banyak student make this mistake. Okay, tak apa, I'll just explain for you. So macam mana nak buat? Since this is a OGIF, I think the first thing first I have to do is I will find the upper boundary and cumulative. So the cumulative is already there, but the upper boundary is not there, so I find upper boundary. So what's the upper boundary for this class? It will be 1.4 plus 1.5 divided 2, which is 1.45. The upper boundary for this will be 1.9 plus 2.0 divided to 1.95. And then this will be 2.45, 2.95, 3.45. Maybe you will ask, Junha, why are you wasting your time? They never ask you to find upper boundary. Why are you wasting your time? It's because students will get confused with this. They will look at this, they will see 0.950, and then they will act really, they will just write 0 here, which is wrong already. You kena tahu satu benda. Bila kita plot coordinate for OGIF, kita tengok X coordinate sebagai upper boundary, Y coordinate cumulative frequency. And if the point is dekat sini, it means when the upper boundary is 0.95, then only the cumulative is 0. You cannot put here 0 lah, because this is the upper boundary for this class is 1.45. It means this is the class yang you kena skip. You have to go here 1.45. So 1.45 the X coordinate is berapa? 5 turun 2 is 4, turun 2 is 3. So that is 3. So it means that when the upper boundary is 1.45, then the cumulative is 3. So when the cumulative is 1.45, when the upper boundary is 1.5, then it's 3. So now you faham why I write this beside, even though there's the soalan tak panggil, because I want you all to really faham it. Okay, let's go to 1.95. It's at 10, right? So it means that when the cumulative frequency is 1.95, the cumulative is 10. See? It match. Next. When the upper boundary is 2.45, the cumulative is 20 turun 2 kotak, means 19. 20 turun 2 is 19. So 19 when the upper boundary is 2.45. Excuse me. What about 2.95? It will be 25, naik 2 is 26, naik lagi 2 is 27. So 27 is when the upper boundary is 2.95. So when the upper boundary is 2.9, 27. And for the last one, I think is the highest one. 3.45, upper boundary is 3.45 and the cumulative is 30. When the upper boundary 3.5 is 30. But this is the cumulative. What about the frequency? Okay, we all know cumulative means surah tambah punya. So the first cumulative and the first frequency will be the same, 3. But 3 plus what equals to 10? 3 plus what equals to 10? 7 lah. Okay. And then 10 plus what equals to 19? 9 lah. And then 19 plus what equals to 27? Let's press 27 minus 19. 8 lah. And then 27 plus what equals to 30? 3 lah. Okay. And then if you try and see, memang betul 3 plus 7, 10, 9, 19. Yeah, betul. Okay. And then what about the midpoint? Okay, midpoint is very easy. You just take the lower limit and the upper limit plus together and then divide 2. So what is 1.0 plus 1.4 equals divide to 1.2. This one, if you press, you get 1.7, 2.2, 2.7, and 3.2. Okay. Use your calculator. Use your calculator to solve it. Okay, I think I can continue with the next part of this question, which is soalan B. Okay, soalan B says what? Soalan B says, calculate the estimated mean time to complete the chair. Alamak, this one easy lah. Yeah. Calculate mean. And then second, calculate standard deviation. 6 marks, you know, walao. So, mean and standard deviation, then you get 6 marks for it. So, very easy lah. This one, I revised with you so much already in class. So, how to find mean? So, the formula for mean is, this is group data. So, if it's a group data, I should take what? Midpoint times frequency divide total frequency. So 1.2 times 3 plus 1.7 times 7 plus 2.2 times 9 plus 2.7 times 8 plus 3.2 times 3. Midpoint times frequency. And then divide total frequency 30. So now it will be something over 30 and then 1.2 times 3 plus 1.7 times 7 plus 2 times 2 times 9 plus 2.7 times 8 plus 3.2 times 3. Let's go. 133 over 2, which is 66.5. And then answer divide 30. Oh, 2.21. Ayo, ugly answer. It's okay lah. Just write 4 significant figure. 2.217 lah. You write 2.22 also can one, but I like to write 4. Okay, now that's the answer lah. Now we can go to standard deviation. So standard deviation. Ataupun if you malas, you want to use the symbol for standard deviation, can also. Okay, what's the formula? It will be square root. Square root. Why got square root one? Because I should use the black color one, but it's fine lah. Okay. Why got square root? Because memang standard deviation dia ada square root. And then here there will be satu garisan. And the garisan, after I draw the garisan, I have to minus with what? I have to minus with mean pasal 2. And the mean I find it already 2.17. But if one day when you do the soalan you tak ada mean 2, means you kena cari mean 2 lah. Okay. Okay, now let's start with the n 30 And then yang atas ni you kena tulis you can salin from the mean. Just salin from the mean. 1.2 times 3, 1.7 times 7 plus 2.2 times 9 plus 2.7 times 8 plus 3.2 times 3. And I mentioned so many times in class, never tambah the square at the frequency. So you tambah at 1.2, 1.7, 2.2, 2.7, 3.2. Okay. the common mistake is students put the square at the wrong place. They will sometimes maybe put at both. So remember, don't put the square at the frequency. Cakap cakap banyak kali. So over 30 minus bracket 2.217 square. Let's press the atas punya jawapan. 1.2 square times 3 plus 1.7 square times 7. Let me press 2.2 square times 9. Wait for me. I'm pressing 2.7 square times 8 plus 3.2 square times 3. Okay, I got 157.15. That's the total. And then answer divide 30 minus 2.217 square equals, and then square root answer 0.5685. 5685. Actually there's a lot digit lah. I just write 4 figures. So let's just quickly check with the schema. 2.22 0.56. Okay, betul. Alright. So betul lah. Alright. So done already. Let's continue with question number 15. Okay, 15 is the last question in section B, right? Then afterwards we will move on to section C. Okay, let's go. Number 15. The number of calories in a donut and a can of energy drink are 100 calories, 50 calories. The price of donut is 50 cents and the price of energy drink is 2 ringgit. Eric is an athlete. He needs to plan his diet menu every day based on the following constraints. Number one, Eric needs at least bigger sama dengan 1,000 calories per day. If you don't know at least is bigger sama dengan, it means you can't do this question. You have to hafal one, all the at least, at most, minimum, maximum, not less than, not more than, semua tu you kena tahu. And then they say Eric has 24 ringgit to buy donuts and energy drink. Walaupun they never say at least or at most or minimum or maximum, but you should know that this is at most. It means this should be smaller something. Because imagine if you only have 24 ringgit in your pocket to buy stuff. It means that you cannot spend more than 24 ringgit. If you spend more than 24 ringgit, how you going to pay? So walaupun they never mention any keywords here, but it should be smaller something. You just fikir logic. Okay. Okay, A says what? Using S as a donut, Y as an energy drink. Finally, I've been waiting for this Paris. The reason why I never label anything is because I'm looking for this Paris. X represent donut, Y represent energy drink. Write 2 linear inequalities. Okay, now I can do already. So how to do? I think I'll just write it atas here lah. Okay, so donut and donut and energy drink. So donut is represented by X and Y. This is the number of donut. Y represents number of energy drink. And they mentioned something about calorie. So number of calorie donut is 100. One donut calorie is 100. So I will write calorie. So if there's X donut, there will be 100X. And one energy drink is 50 calorie, but there's Y amount, so 50Y. And then arrow again, they mentioned about price, right? So price, one donut price is 50 cents, but there's X amount of donut, so the total price is 0.5X. And then energy drink is 2, so 2Y. And then Eric is an athlete, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So now I can do soalan A. So soalan A, I'll just write here, first inequality and then second inequality. Okay, what is the first one? Eric needs at least 1,000 calories per day. So it's talking about calories. So I cannot just take X plus Y. I have to take 100X plus 50Y. Bigger sama dengan 1,000. Because they say at least 1,000, right? And we are talking about calorie. That's why it's important to label nicely. So that you don't take the wrong one. Okay, number 2, Eric has RM. See, talking about price. So later don't take XY, don't take 100X 50Y. You have to look at the price. So Eric has 24 to buy donuts and energy drink, means 0.5X plus 2Y must be less than or sama dengan 24. Done already lah. So A, 2 marks. Kau team lah. This is the working for A. And then let's go to B. B says what? Using a scale of 2 cm to 10 donut on the x-axis, blah, 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 draw and shade the region. So B, 5 marks, they want you to draw the graph and also load it lah. But you can't just go straight away to the graph paper because you need to find some points first. So where should I write my B working? I think I can write here. So for my soalan B, first thing first is I have to change the inequality to equal equation. So 100X plus 50Y equals 1,000. 100X plus 50Y equals 1,000. And then later I will bracket. Lagi satu line apa? 0.5X plus 2Y equals 24. 0.5X plus 2Y equals 24. And then bracket. So both this line is a sengit line. So now what I have to do is I have to find some points lah. Okay. Okay, how can I find the point here? I will ganti x0 and y0, right? But before that, cuba tengok ni. All these values can kecilkan. So I recommend you to kecilkan. Actually, if you don't kecilkan also can. You can also dapat. Okay. But once you kecilkan, the point will become smaller and it will become easier. If the number is very big, it's a bit, the value here will be big also. So let's make it smaller. Everything divide 50. Bahagi 50, 2x. Bahagi 50, 1y. Bahagi 50, let's press 1000 divide 50. 20. So now I can ganti x equals 0. So if I ganti x 0, I'll just cover the whole thing, and then y equals to 20 lah. What if I ganti y 0? Then it will be 2x equals 20, x equals to 10. So that is my first point. What about here? When x equals 0, 2y equals 24, y equals to 12. When y equals 0, 24 divided 0.5. Let's press, okay, 48. If you can't do it fast, you just something slowly beside. Okay, now after I find point, now I can draw the graph and then load it. But this set, they never prepare the graph paper for me. But in the exam, they will prepare one, but they never prepare, right? So let me just quickly, I will just pinjam the Pahang punya graph paper lah. Wait, let me open the file. Okay. So I will just pinjam. This is other set lah. This is not the SBP punya set. This is Pahang punya set. I just want to borrow the graph paper. So actually, I already draw it lah. Okay. So this is how the graph looks like. So let me just explain quickly. So first I will plot 0, 20, 10, 0. So let's look at the graph. Okay, 0, 20. Where is it? 0, 20. Can you see? 0, 20. And then I put wait, let me just wait. Sorry. Okay, like this. Okay, so just making sure you can see it properly. So 0, 20, 10, 0, that's the equation for this line. 100x plus 50y equals 1000. So if you look at the graph I draw, I put 0, 20, 10, 0, and then I garis, and then I label. You draw yourself. And then the next one is 0, 12, 48, 0. Let's see. 0, 12. Can you see? 0, 12. I put here, right? And then 48, 0 is somewhere here. But of course, you use graph paper lah. You use your own graph paper and draw it. Then after you draw it, you have to load it, right? But when you load it, you have to tengok mana. You have to tengok dekat symbol sini. Means you tengok your A lah, the symbol here. So you kena tengok dari Y positive. So Y sudah positive, Y positive. If you tengok this line is bigger, this one is smaller. So it means the first line bigger, the second line smaller. So the first line is this one. The first line is this one. This one. So if this line bigger means what? If this line bigger means ke atas like that. But then the second line had to be smaller, so ke bawah. So the overlapping part is only this triangle. That is why that is the part yang saya load it lah. And then after I load it that, I get 5 marks. That's all. And I get the 5 marks already. And then what about soalan C? Soalan C says, based on the graph drawn in 15b, okay, state the minimum and maximum number of donut if Eric buys 8 cans of energy drink. This is the time where you have to look back to the arrow thing. Donut is X, energy is Y. So if they say 8 cans of energy, means when Y equals 8. And then they want to find minimum and maximum of donut, means they want to find the X minimum and the X maximum. So how to find it? Go to your graph lah, and then go to Y, cari 8, and then garis. Put dotted line. So can you see how I draw it? Let's besarkan. So when Y equals to 8, this is Y equals 8, right? And then you draw a dotted line. The moment dia sentuh saja the graph, you tarik bawah. And then inilah X minimum. This is the X minimum because minimum means like the first contact point, right? And then maximum means the final contact point. So the answer is 6. 5, 6, right? And then is 15, 16. 6 and 16. Minimum is 6, maximum is 16. Actually, I never write this one should be x-axis. Here also I never write. Okay. Okay, you write that yourself in the graph paper. So 6 and 16. So I letak saja 6. Okay, 6 and 16. Okay. So done already. All right. So finish. Okay, number 16. Let's go. So let's read the question. 16a. A box has 7 cheese tarts. So cheese 7, and then 5 pineapple tarts. So we have pineapple 5. So total there is 12, right? Okay, the total is 12 here. 7 cheese, 5 pineapple. And then they say 2 tarts are randomly selected from the box. So if I select 2 means all the possibilities will be cheese ataupun cheese pineapple ataupun pineapple followed by cheese ataupun pineapple. And they say if the first tart is a pineapple, then the tart is returned to the box and then the second tart is selected. But if the first tart is a cheese tart, then that tart is not returned and the second tart is selected. It means if the first tart is pineapple, then I will replace it back to the box before I select the second one. But if the first tart is a cheese tart, then I will not return it. I will not replace it when I make the second selection. And then number 1 says complete diagram 11 in the answer space. So let's scroll down. So this is diagram 11, right? Okay, so we can see that these are all the possibilities, right? Cheese, ataupun cheese followed by pineapple, ataupun pineapple followed by cheese, ataupun pineapple. So if the first selection is the cheese tart, remember they said if the first tart is a cheese tart, then that tart is not returned. Not returned means without replacement. It means after I chose it, I will not put back inside the box. That is why the second time I choose the cheese tart, the probability becomes 6/11 because originally it's 7/12, right? But after I choose the cheese tart, I never put it back to the box. That's why it becomes over 11. And the total 7 also becomes 6 already. Then what about the cheese followed by pineapple near probability? Well, it'll be over 11 lah, because if the first one I choose is cheese, then the total I have to minus 1, right? But the pineapple is still 7. So yeah, I write 7. No 7, sorry. It's 5. I silap tengok. Pineapple, right? It's 5. So 5 over 11, right? Okay, what about what if the first selection is pineapple? Then the first wait okay. So sorry, something happened just now. So it's either they want at least 1 cheese, right? So I should take 7 over 12 times 6 over 11 plus 7 over 12 times 5 over 11 plus 5 over 12 times 7 over 12 equals. Okay, that's the answer. But there's another way to do it. Because if they want the probability for at least 1 cheese, you can just take 1 minus the probability of both pineapple. Okay, it's faster if you do it like this, right? Because total probability will be 1. So why not I just take 1 minus yang saya tak mau, which is the probability of both pineapple. How to find the probability of both pineapple? 5 over 12 times 5 over 12. So if you do it like that, you could also get the same answer. Okay, 5 over 12 times 5 over 12 is 25 over 144. And let's press. What is 1 minus 25 over 144? Okay, I got 119 over 144. And that is the answer. Okay, that is the answer. So let's continue with next question. Scroll down a bit. So this is on B. Yeah. Okay, B says what? Far East bought a box of cheese tart from bakery for his family tea time. So this is how the box looks like. Diagram 12 shows the top view of the cuboid shaped box that can hold 12 round shaped cheese tart with the same size. So all these circle thing, these are all cheese tarts, and they are placed inside a rectangular box. And we also know the length of the box is 36, the width is 27. Number 1 says calculate perimeter of the space that is not filled with cheese tart, and they want the perimeter. So how will I do question 1? So they want to find perimeter, right? But perimeter of what? Perimeter of the space that is not filled with cheese tart. So which one is the space that is not filled with cheese tart? We already know the circle represents the cheese tart. So but if I want the space that is not filled with cheese tart, means I have to take this one lah. This can you see this diamond shape? It looks like a diamond, right? But it's not a diamond. It looks like a diamond. This that looks like a diamond shape one lah. This is the space that is not filled with cheese tart. And then plus with this also, this is also the space not filled with cheese tart. Also this one also, and then also this one, and then also this one, also this one, and then plus with mana lagi? This one also, right? This one also the space that is not filled with cheese tart. This one also, and then plus with this one also. What about here? Here also ma. This one also, 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 this one also. So the one I put in red color, these are all the space that is not filled with cheese tart. But if you look carefully, the red line, isn't it? I have to take this whole thing and this whole thing, because if you look at the red line, it's here plus here plus here plus here. So we know it's 27 lah. But I have to times 2 because this side also the whole line included, right? And then what about here? You have to pass with 36 times 2 also, because This is all the whole line is 36 and 36. But of course, it's not over yet. I still have to plus with what? Okay, look carefully. If I take 27 times 2 plus 36 times 2, it means I already find all these lines. I already find here, plus here, plus here, plus here. But look at inside. There is still some lines that you haven't plus yet. Can you see this red line? This line you haven't plus, this line you haven't plus, this line you haven't plus, this line you haven't plus. But if you look carefully, if you want to find the, how to say, the total length of this red line here, you are actually finding the circumference of the circle. You are finding the lilitan of the circle. Same with the second circle. You have to take here, plus here, plus here, plus here. Isn't it? You are finding the lilitan for circle, lilitan for circle, lilitan for circle. And how many circles you have here? There's 12, right? So what you do is you find the lilitan for one circle and then times 12. And what is the formula for lilitan of circle? 2 pi r, right? And the pi is 22. I can use 22/7. And for the radius, I can find, because I know the length is 36. It means if I draw a line across here, the panjang here will be 36 also. And since there's 4 circles, I can take 36 divide 4, which is 9, 9, 9, 9. It means the diameter of one circle is 9 cm. So the radius will be 9/2, which is 4.5. So the radius I can put inside here 4.5. So if I tekan 2 pi r, 2 times 22/7 times 4.5, I will get the circumference for one circle. But I have to times with what? I have to times with 12 because there's 12 circles. So plus with 12 and then okay. So if I press all these, then I will get my answer. But I will press one by one. Let's press 27 times 2 plus 36 times 2 first. I got 126, all right? But of course, I have to plus with 12 times with this. So let's press 2 times 22/7 times 4.5. Okay, I got, okay, it's quite an ugly answer, but times 12 is what? 339.428. So 339.43 lah. Okay, I just get the final answer terus lah, plus 126. Okay, 465.43. Okay, so I straight away get the the final answer. Because it's 465.428, so I just write 43. And the unit is cm, right? Is it? Yeah, cm. Okay, so that's how you do the soalan number 1. Okay, let's move on to the next question, number 2. Okay, number 2 says what? If 5 cheese tarts have been eaten by Faiz, so he eat this, he eat this, he eat this, he eat this, he eat this. So how many cheese tarts left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 left because he already eat 5 of it. And then they say find area of space covered by the cheese tart. Oh, this time they want to find the area of cheese tart, not the one yang not covered with cheese tart. Because the first question they asked for the one yang not filled, right? But this time they want the area of cheese tart. And the cheese tart is in a circular shape. So why not you just find the area of circle? And how to do that? You use the formula pi r square. Ataupun dalam bahasa Melayu, pi j kuasa 2. And pi I will use 22/7. The jejari I only know 4.5 and then kuasa 2. But in the end, I still have to time with 7. Why? Because there's 7 left, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you press this, you will get your calculator. But before I press, I noticed that the 7 and 7 can cut. So I just cut it and then I tekan 22 times 4.5 kuasa 2. And then I get 445.5. And of course, the unit is cm square, right? So that's the answer for this question. Okay, quite easy. Okay, let's go to the next question. Scroll down. Okay, 16C. Let's go. A survey of a group of Form 5 students found that 18 students like chocolate flavored cheese tarts, 15 students like kiwi flavored cheese tarts, and 6 students like chocolate flavored cheese tarts. So they are all cheese tarts. They are all cheese tarts. It's just that some is chocolate flavored, some is kiwi flavored, some is the 6 students like what? Chocolate flavored and kiwi flavored, while 3 students did not like both. Okay, and then they say given universal set is from 5 students, C is students who like chocolate flavored, K is students who like kiwi flavored, and then number 1 says draw a Venn diagram to represent the relationship between universal set, set C, and set K. So when I was reading the soalan just now, there is some students that like chocolate tarts. There's some that like kiwi, and there's also some that like both, right? And then there's also student that doesn't like any of it. So I think I should draw like this. There should be an intersection here. And this intersection is for orang yang suka both. Okay, orang yang suka chocolate and kiwi, because ada orang yang macam tu. So this is C, this is K, and this is the universal set, right? So now let's read it again. 18 students like chocolate tarts, but you can't write 18 like this. It's wrong, because the 18 is students who like chocolate. It means this plus this is 18. So that's why we cannot write the 18 straight away. Okay, unless they got put the word only lah. If they write 18 like chocolate only, then I can write the 18 here. Okay, because this is for student who like chocolate only. This one, the one I lorate. Okay. Then what about this? What about this? This one is for the one yang kiwi only, that likes kiwi only. And then this one will be like chocolate and kiwi both lah. But if you look at this 18, they never mention the word only. They just say 18 student like chocolate. So I think the 18 is the here, tambah here. So I cannot write for now. So the next one is what? 15 student like kiwi flavored. Same thing, I cannot write here also because the 15 is not here only. It's actually the middle one included also. So now they say 6 students like chocolate flavored and kiwi flavored. So 6 likes chocolate and kiwi. So the 6 is in between lah. All right. And then now I can find here already because I know there's now 18 like chocolate, right? So 18 is for the these two add together. So now I know this is 6. 18 minus 6, I get 12 here. And then the 15 like kiwi, right? And kiwi is represented by this circle. So if I take 15 minus 6, I will get here, which is 9. And then they say 3 students that did not like both. So the 3 must be drawn outside, but it's still within the rectangle. So this is how you get 3 marks. Number 2. Oh, by the way, I want to mention one thing. You don't have to put the dot here. If you put the dot, it becomes wrong already. Because all this represents number of elements. Number of elements. So don't put the dot. Don't put the dot. If you put the dot, it means elements. If you never put the dot, it means the number of elements. So these are all representing number of students. So you don't put the dot. Okay, number 2, find the number of students involved in this survey. So the number of students means they want the total. So the total will be 12 plus 6 plus 9 plus 3, right? So 12 plus 6 plus 9 plus 3, and I will get 30, right? So that's how you do the soalan C. And I think correct, right? So that's the answer. Okay, let's move on to the last question, number 17. So number 17 says, Puan Sarah deposits 10,000 into her savings account with an interest rate of 4% per annum, means per year, and is compounded quarterly. So the moment you see this word, you know this is a compound interest punya soalan. So I cannot use the I equals to PRT. That is for faedah mudah, means simple interest. So if it's compound interest, I need to use this formula. MV stands for matured value equals to what? P bracket 1 plus R over N power NT. This is the formula that you will use. This formula is given, by the way, in the exam. So what is P stands for? P stands for the money lah, the deposit money. And then R stands for rate of interest, interest rate. And then N stands for number of times compounded in 1 year. Number of times compounded in a year. So if I say it's compounded quarterly, it means the number of times compounded in 1 year is 4 times. Because if you compounded quarterly means every 3 months lah. Every 3 months compound sekali. That's why after in 1 year it will compound 4 times. Okay. But what if they say compounded in 6 months? Then what you should put for your N? You should put 2 lah. Because if it's compounded in 6 months, it means the number of times compounded in 1 year will be 2 lah. Because if you compound every 6 months, it means, but in 1 year got 12 months, right? But if you compounded in 6 months, means the N is 2 lah. Okay, faham maksud saya. Okay, now what about T? Okay, T is the time lah, but it has to be how many years lah. Okay, now let's put in the formula. 10,000 will definitely be the P. Okay, and then 1 plus R over N, and the R is 4%, but don't write 4, write 0.04, okay? Not 4, because 4% is for 0.04. Over the number of times I already mentioned is 4, because compounded quarterly, power with N times T. N is the 4, you already know it just now, and then T is how many years. So let's read. I haven't done reading. Calculate the amount of Puan Sarah's savings. It means calculate the matured value at the end of the 2nd year. So I think it's 2 lah. Okay, after means after 2 years. At the end of 2nd year means after 2 years. So what's 4 times 2? 8, right? So what I will press now, I will press 1 plus 0.04 divide 4 equals, and then answer power 8. And then answer times 10,000. Okay, I got it already. 10828.567. So 57. But I don't forget to write the RN because this is a savings, right? So that's the answer. Okay. All right. Let's scroll down and move on to soalan B. Okay, soalan B. Let's read. Puan Sarah wants to buy a car that costs 96,000. So this is the car price. She plans to make a down payment of 10% using her savings. So how much that she will pay? 96,000. But she'll make a down payment. Down payment means like advance payment. So you times with 10%, which is 0.1. So if you press this, what you get? Let me press. Okay, I got 9,600. So this is the amount that she already paid. Okay, she already pay, because she already paid the 10% of it, she already paid, but there's still a lot to pay. So, and then they say the remaining payment will be made through loan from KPB Bank with a fixed interest rate of 4% per year for a period of 5 years. Okay, so she already paid 9,600, but then the balance, how she will pay it? She will pinjam from bank. Loan means pinjaman. Loan means pinjaman. So he will make pinjaman with bank, but you know when you pinjam from bank, there will be an extra charge. What extra charge? It will be the interest. There will be interest of 4%. It means when you pinjam from bank, you have to pulang balik ke bank. But when you pulang balik kepada bank, you have to pay more than the amount you pinjam. There will be a 4% interest. Okay, let's see. Number one says what? Calculate the amount of refund to be paid to KPB Bank. So what they are asking here is the total repayment to the bank. So how many money that he need to give back to the bank for the loan, for the pinjaman? So how much you have to give back? Okay, first of all, you have to give back, you have to find the interest first lah. You have to find the interest first. So how to get the interest? The formula we use is P times R times T, PRT. So the P will be what? Well, do you remember they say they already paid 10%? So how many balance left? 96,000 minus 9,600, right? Or you can also say 96,000 times 90% can also. So let's press 96,000 minus 96,000 because you already paid the 9,600. So you balance 864,000. But this 864,000 is the one yang dia belum bayar, but he will bayar by pinjam from bank. So when he pinjam from bank, he will pinjam this amount, but there will be an interest, and the interest charge is 4% for 5 years, right? So the interest will be, formula will be PRT. P is this one lah. And then times with R, the R is 4%, which is 0.04, and the T is 5 because 5 years. And if I press this, I will get the interest. So let's press 0.04 times 5. Okay, 17280. But is this the only amount that you have to repay to the bank? No. Because the amount of refund, so the total repayment will not just be the 17280. It will be 86400 plus with 17280 because this is the extra charge, the interest. Because do you remember she paid 10% already? It means she paid the 9,600 already. The balance is 86400 she have to pay. So she pinjam the 86400 from the bank, but the bank will charge interest of this. That's why I find the interest. So that's why you have to plus again with the P again. So let's press 86400 plus. Okay, 103680. So RM 103680. So these are all the working for question 1. So how many marks? 4 marks. Now let's go to question 2. Calculate the monthly installment of the loan. So we already know this is the amount that she have to pay back to the bank, but she pay in a period of 5 years, right? So it means 1 year, if you want to make the monthly installment, how much you have to pay per month? So I will take this one. First, I will divide with 5. Okay, don't write like this. Don't write like this. I will write like this. First, I will divide with 5. The reason is because I want to know 1 year how much I have to pay back to the bank. So, but they want in months, so divide again with 12, right? Divide 5 first so that you know 1 year have to pulangkan berapa, and then divide 12 so that you know 1 month berapa. So 103680 divide 5 divide 12. Press calculator, RM 1728. It means every month, this is the amount that she have to pulangkan to the bank to make the monthly installment. So let's scroll down. Let's go to soalan C. Okay, soalan C. Let's see what they want. Puan Sarah has bought a car with an engine capacity of 1,800 cc from Global Motors. Table 3 shows private car road tax rate in Peninsular Malaysia. So we already know the car is 1,800 cc. Let's try to find which bracket. So it belongs to this one, right? Because this one is 1801 2000. So this is the one. So this is the one I refer later. And this is the KADA progressive, the progressive rate. So now let's scroll down a bit. They say calculate the road tax to be paid by Puan Sarah for new car. 2 marks. Okay, this is very simple actually. It's very easy to calculate road tax. So how to find the tax? First, you will get the base tax first. Base tax. Ataupun the KADA asas lah. KADA asas. Okay. So what is the base tax? It will be 200 lah. It will be 200. Because if you look carefully, the car CC is 1,800 CC, right? So this is the amount that she will pay for sure, the 200, RM 200. But the road tax, the total road tax, you still have to plus with something else. You have to plus with what? If you read here, it says what? RM 40 cent for each cc exceeding 1600 cc. It means I have to take 1800 minus the 1600 to see what is the difference. Okay, so what is 1800 minus 1600? It will be 200 cc. It means there's 200 cc difference compared to 1600, and for every cc exceeding 1600 you have to pay 40 cents. So the 200 have to times 0.40. Okay, this is how you calculate. So now you press the whole thing here, 200 plus 200 times 0.4, you get the answer, RM280. So that is the answer. Okay, so in text, that's the, okay, this is how you calculate text lah. Okay, you just have to remember it. There's no other way. Okay, so this is the last part. Soalan D. So let's go. At the end, let's read the question. At the end of 2014, Puan Sarah husband Inche Hilmi has bought an apartment house in Kajang 2 for 280,000. Okay, so this is, he bought the apartment house and it cost 280,000. He has paid 10% of the price of the house. I think I can calculate it, right? Just take 0.1 times with 280,000. Okay, and if I press, what I get? Let's press 0.1 times 280,000. Okay, I get 280,000. But what is this? What is this? This is the amount that he has paid. He paid means it's a duit yang keluar, bukan duit yang masuk. Duit yang keluar. It means the amount that he spent. And then they say from 1st January 2015, he has rented out his house at a rental rate of 1,000 ringgit per month. On 1st January 2022, he sold his house at 440,000. The amount of loan still owed to the bank is this, while the monthly installment that have been paid is this. Other charges is okay, legal costs, stamp duty, agent commission. So these are all the extra charges lah. And then calculate the total investment return. Okay, first of all, there's a lot of things that they mentioned here. They say that he has rented out his house at 1,000 ringgit per month. It means there will be income here, there will be a duit yang masuk here, because if he rent out his house, he will earn 1,000 per month. But he got say that from 1st January 2015, he start renting his house. So how much will he earn if he rent for 1 year? If I will take 1,000 times 12 lah, because this is per month, right? But then it says he will rent until 1st January 2022 only, because after 1st January 2022, he already sell his house, right? So 1st January 2015 until 1st January 2022, he will rent his house every month. So after 1 year, it will be 1st January 2016, and then if you keep going, it will be 1st January 2017, keep going 1st January 2018, keep going 1st January 2019, keep going 2020, keep going 2021, keep going 2022. It means how many years has passed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 years has passed. It means all after 7 years, he already earned how much rent he will earn, how much income he get. It will be 1,000 times 12 times with 7, because he got 1,000 ringgit for every month, right? So you will times 12 to know how much he get for 1 year. And since he rent for 7 years, that's why it's like this. So let's press 12 times 7, 84 times 1,000, so it's 84000. But this 84000 is an income, it's a duit yang masuk punya. And then what else? So I will erase this. So this one I will erase. So now I think I can also count the total. What about this one? The 1400, 8,000. I think I'll add all this together. But this is duit yang keluar. 14000 plus 8,000 plus 1400. Why I add them together? And why I call it the duit yang keluar? Because these are all the charge, extra charges. Okay, now I think I can calculate the total investment return. So what they want is the jumlah pulangan pelaburan, because he got sell his house, right? So they are asking that, because if you sell your house, of course you will earn something. You will not sell it if it's rugi. So what they are asking is how much the investment return of the apartment. So how much he sell? He sell for 440,000, right? But of course I have to plus with the income, right? Do you remember he got rent his house? And I already calculated it's 84000. Because he ran it for 1,000 per month and he ran it for 7 years. That's why I will times 12 and then times 7. So this is the duit yang masuk, that's why I pass. But then I have to minus also with the duit yang keluar. What is the duit yang keluar? Do you remember this 28,000? Yeah, this is duit yang keluar. Do you remember they say he has paid, right? Paid means duit yang keluar lah. And then minus lagi dengan apa? Mana lagi duit yang keluar? Do you remember this? The amount of loan still owed to the bank is this. So he hutang this means this is the amount that he has to pay. So this is the amount that I have to minus. Lagi apa yang saya kena minus? This one lah. This is the monthly installment. So he has to pay in the future this. So I have to minus this also. And then what else? Nothing here, nothing here. This one lah. This one also, because these are all the total cost, right? So minus lagi dengan 36000. And if I press calculator, I'll get the answer. Okay. Let's press 440000 plus 84000 minus 28000 minus 176400 minus 175600 minus 3600. So I get 108000. So that's the answer for only 3 zeros. So that's the answer for question 1. 3 marks. Okay, question 2, they say calculate the investment return value received by Encik Hilmi. This is what they are asking for, the return of investment, the return, the ROI. And the formula is you will take the what? You will take the return ataupun the profit lah. You can say the return of profit divide with the investment ataupun the cost, the original cost times with 100. And the answer will come out in percentage. So what is the return? Now you already know. The return is this 108,000. And what about the investment cost? This cost is not the selling price. It's not the 4400. No. This investment cost is referring to the original price, which is 280,000. Because investment cost means the original price, not the selling price. And then I believe if I press this, I'll get the answer. But before I press, I can see I can cut these 3 zeros and cut these 3 zeros. And then cut this 0 and cut this 0. So all I have to tekan is 108 divide 28 times 10. 108 divide 28 times 10. Let's press 38.57. But I already mentioned just now, the answer will automatically be in percentage. Okay, so this is how you do it. Okay, so I'm done with this paper. All right, so I think it's a very long video. So I finished the whole paper 2 was on. Okay, so that's all. All right, bye.